What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We're a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we go live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, the multiverse, here, there, and everywhere. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. And we have an amazing show, so you're going to want to catch it live. And if you can't, you're definitely going to want to catch it afterwards. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. He's the man with the plan, the master manipulator. He keeps this ship running like a well-oiled machine. Sometimes, maybe. Todd Jackson, what's going on, dude? How you doing?
Hi, diddly ho diddly.
It's sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Every once in a while, things go a little weird.
It's always Dee's fault. It's not my fault.
I will have to say, though, everything has seemed to be so much better, though, since we went back into Restream instead of using OBS.
It is.
Right?
It's just so much easier to work and do all this in here. It's just so easy.
Smoother.
Yeah, very smooth. Very smooth.
Yeah. We like smooth. Smooth is good.
Smooth is good.
I think it was after the V Bunny Go interview that things just snapped, and we're like, no, we can never do that.
It just
again.
Went all downhill. It's like, oh my god.
But it's been like all roses from there. We haven't had any issues, no dropouts, nothing. It's been great.
No hiccups. No nothing. Nope, it's been good.
Dude, how's your week going, man? I literally, I mean, and we actually work together part time now because you're working with Impact, and I barely have spoken to you this week. How's your week?
We've had work meetings, but that's about it.
Yeah,
it's been busy. Yeah, busy.
Have you
keep me busy?
Seriously, yeah. That Discord's insane, dude. That Discord is like 31,000, 34,000. Oh my god, dude! It literally was 31 just the other day.
Yeah,
34,000 people now. It's insane.
Yeah, we had a mod meeting the other day, and with all the moderators from that channel, and I think it went up like 400 people while we were in the channel having a conversation.
It's like we can't have a meeting because we need to have everybody moderating. We can't afford to have a meeting. We can't take the time, but it's insane. And to say Ghost of Tabor, I mean, that has been taking up a huge chunk of my VR time, because what I was telling everybody, I think in Crewcast on Monday, I was telling, GT and Brad and Wes and Roots and Skiva and Alex that, this weekend, like, I didn't do anything this weekend except play VR for me. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm not going to do, like, I didn't even live stream, Todd. Like, I normally live stream Saturday nights, and I was like ready to, and I was like, you know what? I am not going to hit the stream button. I am just going to go play VR and play some stuff that I want to play. And I did, man. I just had a really good time hanging out with, like, Betty and Skiva and playing a lot of Breachers. Playing a lot of Ghost of Tabor, man. I spent the majority of my time this weekend in those couple of games, especially on Sunday, because Zemtalk had a great live stream Sunday, and he invited me in to play Zemtalk 5 invited me in to play Breachers for the first couple of hours, or no, I'm sorry, Pavlov for the first couple of hours.
Right, yeah,
and then we got some Breachers in after that, man. That was a blast, man. We had a lot of fun doing that, but that was like 5 hours of VR, and then I got into a whole bunch of other stuff too, just to having fun and doing it. Like I couldn't sleep the other night, Todd, and I did one of these things. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I had just it was midnight when I got done with a meeting, because I was meeting some people in China, and you got to meet late at night when you do that. I could not fall asleep, so I said, screw it, I'm gonna go down and play some VR, and I played Zombieland Headshot Fever for like 2 hours.
When's the last time you played that?
Yeah, well, I you know what happened was, I have, they sent me the new version for the PlayStation VR 2. So I'm like, all right, they sent it to me a while ago, and I just haven't had a chance to check it out. So I'm like, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna check it out so I can talk about it a little bit. And I went. It was 2:00 in the morning. I was only gonna get in for a little bit, and before I knew it, I'm trying to beat everybody's score. It's 4 a.m. I'm exhausted. I have to be up in 2 hours. And my wife's like, "Are you insane? Get to bed, dude." So, but I had a blast, man. And literally, I see, like, I look in there, I see gamer tag scores. I'm like, okay, I got to beat those. I see Wes's scores. I'm like, okay, I got to beat those. So, like, the first 4 maps, that's all I'm doing, man, is just replaying until I can beat their times. And GT's got a map in there. He did it in 17 seconds, Todd. It's impossible.
Holy crap.
Like, I got it down to 30 seconds. I can't get it any lower,
17.
Man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think he's cheating.
Yeah, I think so.
I do. I'm calling him out right now. I think GT cheating. 17 seconds is not possible. Like, I want to watch it. Like, he better have recorded it because I want to see it.
That's crazy.
But as soon as I told Wes that I beat his scores, he was freaking out, dude. He's like, "Oh my god, I got to go back in now and play." So I bet you he's probably in there right now playing.
Probably.
Oh man,
that's what I did on the weekends. I played Gran Turismo again because I'm addicted to that game still.
Nice.
And I'm almost done all my driver's licenses now. And the same thing. I just keep chasing the leaderboard. I run the thing, get gold, look at the board. I'm like, I'm second place. Not good enough. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I love it. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'm gonna be racing again. Zim asked me to come and race this weekend on the stream, so he's doing on Sunday. He's doing a GT7, big race thing. So he's got like a whole bunch of spots open. So he invited me in to play. I'm gonna go back and do it again. My wife's gonna love me, man.
Yeah, right.
Taking half my days on Sunday to go play VR with Zim Talk 5. But it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to doing that too because I do love.
That'd be cool.
I love do love
I saw him on
GT7.
Twitter. He was, inviting people in, and he's been doing it like every Sunday now. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Good way
yeah,
to get the
for sure.
community involved.
Yeah, I love it. And I will live stream this Saturday. I will be back at it Saturday. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do yet, but I'm gonna do something. I'll probably do some PlayStation stuff to start off with, and then I'll get in and do some multiplayer with.
I played a
something else.
weird one this week. I played Toy Monsters.
Toy Monsters. I have not even heard of this
It's
game.
like a tower defense kind of game.
Really?
Like a Plants vs Zombies, like old school,
Yeah,
but
any
in
good?
mixed reality.
Real? Oh, mixed reality.
You put the place like with Quest Pro, it's color, and you put the play space right in front of you on your desk, like on your table or whatever.
That's cool.
I finished it. Like, yeah, I couldn't stop playing it. It was really good. It's like a $5
That's
game, but it was great.
I love it. That's so freaking cool, man. I love it.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm gonna have to try it now.
Yeah.
Anything mixed reality, I want to get into. Just because.
Yeah,
so
that's
cool,
what what got me in. I was like, oh, that looks cool. Mixed reality. I want to try that. Then I couldn't stop. So
maybe we should think about creating some content for this channel at some point.
Yeah, I did record it all, so I will.
That's good. There you go.
Yeah, I recorded it all.
That would be good. That would be helpful. Todd, let's quickly tease what we have to give away to these fine people tonight, and then we'll go back and say hi to them, and we'll get into the meat potatoes after that.
We're gonna give away a key to Shuttle Maze. For those of you who don't know Shuttle Maze, stay tuned because you're gonna learn all about it. We're gonna give away a couple keys to Rogue Ascent. And
yeah, we're gonna get into that too in a minute.
We're gonna get into that. If you don't know what that is, and we're gonna give away.
If you don't know what that is, where you been, man?
Where the hell you been? Yeah,
seriously, there's a media blitz on Rogue Ascent right now.
It's everywhere. Yeah,
hell yeah.
And a key to Propagation Paradise Hotel because it dropped today, so we're gonna give a key away to that too.
And if you don't know what that is, then I'm taking your VR license away from you.
Yeah, right.
You're not allowed to play VR anymore ever again.
We're also gonna draw for Arcade Legends, which is the comment game from last week. So we'll draw for that too.
I like it. Well, let's say hi to the chat, Todd, because we've been going so long already that I've missed some people that started commenting like way early on. But I'll start with all the way at the top. I see Wolveraza here talking about hand tracking needs gloves, in my opinion, to be really effective in VR, but keeps finding ways to incorporate and to dig in. So maybe not. We're going to talk. We're going to talk Rogue Ascent here in a few minutes. So we'll talk about hand tracking and what good hand tracking games are like, and this is probably the best I've seen. So we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But what's going on, Wolveraza? Thanks for being here. Mike Q Creator is here. What is up, dude? Michelle B is here. Hussein X Bluebell. What is up, Bluebell? Destiny 11. Let's see, who else do we got? Todd Q2C VR Gamer is here. The Academy says aloha. What's up, dude? How you doing? Jonathan Clark is here. Whiny Witch. Hello, Whiny Witch. Ryan B. Let's see, who else do we got? No Spam in the Kitchen. Nick Thompson. What is up, dude? Let's see. Mr. Lord Beavis is here. Jedi Survivor and Blacktop Hoops VR Uno. Todd, I bought Jedi Survivor yesterday.
Oh, no way.
We were doing Virtual Strangers last night, literally live. While we were doing it, I went in and bought it, and I have it ready to go. I'm going to reshade the shit out of it, and I'll probably play it tomorrow. I have some time tomorrow. I'll get in and I'm going to try it tomorrow. I heard the optimization for PC is not the best.
Not terrific.
So, but PD said, Paradise DK said he did get it running in reshade, so you could play it in a VR headset, and I am definitely going to do that. I've been watching like recaps of Jedi Fallen Order to get the story, because I actually only played maybe like the first hour of that game. Right. And so I didn't really know the story, so I watched like video upon video last night.
If anyone knows it can be reshaded, it's PD.
Oh yeah, he's got it. It's done.
Everything.
I watched this video. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna do some Jedi Survivor. Who else we got here? Kubo92 is here. Mepper is here. What is up, Mepper? How you doing? VR Spry Guy, Mr. Tasselhoff, Fourth Wall Breaker. Orland Hooper's here, Todd. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah, it made me nervous there for a minute. I'm like,
I know. I was looking at the button. I'm like, oh, is that the right button? I don't know if that's the right button.
what other buttons do you have?
It's gray.
Like a boom, 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 boom.
You know what? Even if
I
you
could listen to that one all day
I was going to
long.
say, even if you did play that one by mistake, you're like, oh, okay, I can forgive it because it's such a cool.
I love that one so much.
It's so cool. We should combine those two. Make a Try
Right?
Grey Wolf, Orland Hooper's Jack one soundbite. It would be amazing. Kubo92 says Orland Hooper is effing jacked. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Awesome Tatum is here. Says I so want to play Propagation. We're going to talk Propagation because I got into it right before the show and played a little bit. Let's see. We got some Rogue TR is here. Destiny 11. I think I said, hey, Lynn Caro, what is going on? Techno Glitch. Creeper Betty is here. Says, hey, VR fam. What is up, Betty? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Chatty is here. It's me. Kyle Kitchings is here. Is that like a Mario thing? It's a me.
It's a me.
You sound nothing like Mario. Hussein X is here. Let's see, who else do we got? Traveling Man. What is up, Traveling Man? I feel like we haven't seen as much Traveling Man around as we should.
That's normal, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, who else? Man, there's so many people. So many people talking.
Dan Kim, Laggy.
Yeah, I missed a whole bunch. Samson 143 VR is here. What is up, man? How you doing? I think that is it. If I missed you, I apologize, but that's a shit ton of people, and it's tough for me to keep up with everybody. So
virtual stranger sightings, that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is up, guys?
Always nice to see them.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. 1 second, I just need to fix something here. All
right. Okay. That's good. Sounds like you've done a lot of VR this week, which is important.
I did. Yeah, it was super cool. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was cool. And I like when I get a chance to play VR. Like I do a lot of VR for stuff I have to do, and you think that like, okay, you have to do VR, so it's like a terrible thing. But I don't know, it's not the same when you have to do it.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. You know what I mean? Because like think about when you want to go play VR, you want to go play what you want to play, right? So
yeah,
if you have to go play something and you're just not in the mood to do it, it can be difficult to do. It's even if it's something that sounds like it's fun. There's a million times where I'm like, I want to go play something. You know what? I don't want to play that game. I want to go play this game, and that's what you go play. But if you're forced to go play something, or you're not forced, but if it's your responsibility to go play it, you got to do it. So what helps me in those things is when we get the chance to do really cool games that we have to play, and that makes it a little easier. And we'll bring up some people right here right now because we have a little interview for you guys with a couple of people from Rogue Ascent, and this is one of those games that I absolutely love to play. So when I had to play it, it was really easy. Let's bring him in now and let's say hello to Brandon Egoff from Clique Games. What is up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good,
Happy to be back.
Yeah, heck yeah. Number 2. And we got Jordan McGraw
hey guys.
From Rogue Ascent. What is up, dude?
Hey, good to see you, Eric.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. First off, let's just say congratulations. This has been a hell of a day for you.
It sure has.
Right?
It's been insane. You never know how crazy it is till you're sitting there.
Seriously, and how well could you plan this? And we'll just say, may the 4th be with you. But how well can you plan this? Having your game really, release on the Quest Store from App Lab on May the 4th.
Tell me that was planned.
Even
if you have to lie to me,
no, don't be like, oh, what? It's May 4th.
Actually, I think we did have the option, right, Jordan? Like we could choose, and I think we.
I was like, yeah, May 4th, absolutely. You don't have to say it once; everybody knows what it is.
Yep, it's a great day.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it just goes so well with this game as it is, and let's kind of dive in a little first. Let's just do the intros in case nobody knows you, which is not the case because Brandon, this is your third time here, by the way, because you were on when we were in Utah for the Val tournament.
Yep.
You were on for then too. But Brandon is the CEO of Clique Games, the publishers behind Rogue Ascent, and then Jordan McGraw is the lead developer from Nooner Bear Studios and the Rogue Ascent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's dive into this first before we even get into the game itself. Because we just talked about the launch. Let's talk about the process and how these things go when you're moving from, say, App Lab to the Quest Store, and like that process and how hard it is, and like just because I know it's difficult once you get into App Lab, sometimes it can feel like it takes forever to get out, right?
Yeah, not only does it feel like it takes forever to get out, it feels like, even when you start the process to get out of App Lab, there's a lot of double guessing the whole way through. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of questions. As a publisher, this is our first time bringing a title to the official store as well. And so for us, we've got email chains that are 100+ long, and like 5 or 6 of them. And so, you're trying to manage all of this and all of you have to pass a special set of things to make sure that your game is ready. And it's incredibly overwhelming. Getting out of App Lab into the official store was maybe the easiest part of the process. Getting your game and product ready for the official store was significantly harder.
Yeah, and it was on that. When did it launch in at the App Lab? How long has it been?
I want to say February of 22.
Wow,
something like that.
That's so. It really wasn't that long. I mean, compared to some games that have basically toiled for years into App Lab, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. We got pretty fortunate, and I think it's because of our use of hand tracking. We did something that nobody else had ever done at the time, and we did it in a way that nobody else ever had. And so we stuck out like a sore thumb pretty early on, which made the process a lot easier to get picked up.
Right. And it's a good segue into the game. I mean, let's talk about the game itself. And Jordan, if you can just kind of like give us your, for people that don't know Rogue Ascent or just saw it today pop up on the store and said, it was launching today, and like, what is Rogue Ascent and what is it all about? Give us, the quick pitch on Rogue Ascent.
So I've been telling people Rogue Ascent is a hand tracking game. Hand tracking was not an afterthought; it was the only thought. So the goal was to go into this and use this awesome technology and find a way to innovate with it and actually design within the space. Because, people would say like, why a shooter, or why hand tracking? Well, it's like exactly both of these. It's a design challenge. It's Rogue Ascent is a graduation of the technology of hand tracking, in my estimation. And so you play in Rogue Ascent, you're ascending this enormous alien space tower, this big space station, and you're going through floors and you're doing different objectives. And so you're doing all of these controls are with your hands. It's all hand tracking. And so, you block with your fists, you shoot with finger guns, you're reaching out to move, to interact with things, pinching to click and stuff. So every single control uses hand tracking. And so it's like there's a bunch of design challenges there, but it's so rewarding. It's so much fun to play. And it's a lot of fun to see people get into VR, sometimes for the first time, and play the game.
What a great game to play as a first game to VR, where you don't give that player controllers. Here's a headset. Play the game. Blow their mind.
Yeah.
I just got back from our launch party that we had at a bar in Indy called Tappers, and one of the buddies there tried it for the first time. He doesn't like play VR or anything, but we put him into that, and immediately I could tell he was going through the tutorial, and he's like doing all the gestures. He's like playing it, and he takes the heads off. He's like, "Holy cow, that's amazing! That's so cool."
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it is one of the coolest things. I mean, to put somebody new into VR to where they're like, everybody who has ever gamed in their life knows a controller and knows how to use a controller. It's almost like using a mouse, right? But I mean, if you put them into something like, and you take the controllers away, that completely blows their mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll say, having ran an arcade, me and Waylon, the CEOs of Clique Games, we ran a virtual reality arcade for 6 years. We've helped over 200 to 400,000 people play VR for the first time, and I mean it, no joke, no bias. Rogue Ascent, when we take it to conventions, is the outside of Richie's Plank, which is just walk forward and press a button, which some people fail to do. Rogue Ascent is the easiest first time game I've ever seen anybody get into. And I think controllers, I think about my father who's 60. He can't use a mouse. He doesn't understand a mouse. He doesn't know anything about anything technology, but he can use hand tracking in Rogue Ascent with great ease. And there's something about, it's so colloquial to use your hands to interact with the world. And a controller is so foreign. If you're not a gamer, Rogue Ascent's a great first game. And if you are a gamer, it really it challenges your perception of why we have the controllers in the first place.
Yeah, it does. And, we'll talk about the hand tracking here a little bit because, Wolveraza did mention it earlier, and, hand tracking, the problems with hand tracking and the victories that hand tracking has actually had, over, say the last, year or 2 years. Hand tracking is not an easy thing to do, right, Jordan? I mean, when you were like, yes, let's make this hand tracking, it wasn't like you were like, you didn't take the easy way out. It's not like you're like, okay, let's just do this because it's super easy. You did something that was extremely hard. Yeah. I mean, and there wasn't a lot, there wasn't a ton, like when you started in doing this, there wasn't many out there. So like you had to do a lot of these things for the first time ever and figure these things out. But I can tell you that I've tried pretty much every hand tracking, and this is the best hand tracking there is out there right now. There is no other game that is intuitive as this game. The way you shoot, the way you reload, the way you move. When you get good at this game, think about, like, people are right now are just thinking about this game and like, oh, you just shoot with your fingers. What's the big deal? Think about having no controllers and no thumbsticks. How do you move? And how do you move quickly in a shooter?
Quickly.
Those are the things that you have to overcome, and you did them so well because the movement in this game is so intuitive and so smooth.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make sure that every single control, you have to be able to repeat that action. You have to, it has to be intuitive. You have to be able to, do it in combat. So a lot of these things, like everything has to come down to boil down to a single cohesive experience. And so there's good measures to take for when you're designing for something like this. But yeah, it's a lot of uncharted territory. So you really do, you kind of rely on intuitions in a lot of places, trying to figure out what's the best approach and how to just ultimately, your goal is to make something fun and enjoyable. So it's like everything has to be in service of making an enjoyable game, and then making the technology the best that it can be, and then acknowledging what the limitations of the technology are. So it's like you have to have that in mind. But if you do, you can design. There's so much creative space with what's afforded to you. You can do so much of it, and I think that's what Rogue Ascent proves.
Yeah, for sure. Virtual Steve had said earlier, is this a Steam game too? And it's really, it has to be hand tracking. So you're only looking at platforms that have hand tracking. So just Quest 2 for right now. And then I just want to say hey to Getting Things Done has come in, Mind Jive has come in, Ollie VR Port has come in. A ton of people, and Thomas McNostril is here. What is going on, man? Thanks guys for coming in and hanging out. Let's talk a little bit about, actually, Todd, you know what I would love to do, because we've kind of been showing this video in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all shut up and just show this fucking video, because this fucking video is awesome.
Really good.
It's really, really well done. So let's just show the video on the big screen.
Control here. This is Ensign Roy Gun Guy speaking. Welcome to the party. Your mission is to save our planet Tiamat 4 from the Argonaut's Havoc super laser. Your hands will be your greatest weapon. I could handle this, but I wouldn't want to steal your thunder. Please keep your arms in the upright position to protect against enemy fire. Nice shooting. Now I see what they see in you. Like shooting robots in a barrel in space. This isn't your grandma's crafting table. Okay, for this next floor, we need to go bigger. You remind me of me, minus the incredible good looks, of course. We can't all be so blessed. Boss music cueing impending doom, my favorite. Rogue Ascent VR.
Nice. I think you were on. I think you might have been on the McDonald's internet. It was going one frame per second.
Streaming from YouTube. It's not streaming from.
Oh, it was streaming from YouTube.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you. But it doesn't matter. It looks freaking awesome. Good. That video was amazing, guys.
Yeah, we that video has been like 3 or 4 months in the works. It was a lot of back and forth. Some of those original proofs were very, very funny, where you get to see the behind the scenes of how it's all made. But it turned out absolutely phenomenal. It's a challenge that we've had from the beginning, is how do you show off this technology without having a $1,000 studio set of equipment, per minute and so on. And so we found the way to do it, and it's by having a really expensive studio. So that's how you end up showing it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it was done so well, and I love the music in that trailer. And then that's, I'll kind of segue from the music in that trailer to Jordan. The music in the game, I mean, it's one of the biggest parts of that game is the soundtrack, and the music and the sounds in the game, the whole thing, the artwork, the art style. You have an amazing team behind you as well. And if you want to talk to some of those people that are there and some of the highlights of Rogue Ascent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the soundtrack to Rogue Ascent is amazing. I have listened to so many hours of it. That's all Edward Ray. Edward Ray is just the coolest composer. He knows exactly how to take a style and work with it and develop it with you. And when we go through the tracks, I would explain to him kind of what I'd give him kind of the what it is, the setting that we're looking at, kind of what we're feeling for it. And then he would just run with it. And it would just be every single time he'd deliver a track, it'd be like Christmas morning for me. It's so much fun to work with him. Yeah. And so the music plays a really big part of it, because I like music. Music's a big part of my life. So it's like I wanted to make sure that music was not just like something that you hear in the background. I wanted music to actually be like a part of the game, like it's something that's integral to the game. So, there is a dynamic soundtrack in the game so that it modifies what you're hearing according to what kind of actions are going on in game. And so when you're sneaking around on the ship, you'll hear this kind of subdued, pensive kind of music. And then when you get spotted, you kind of gets a little bit more intense. And then once you're in a firefight, it's just crazy, guitar solos and stuff. And everything that Edward put together for that was just amazing. I just love his instrumentation, just everything that he knows how to do stylistically. He brings that forward, and it's always on point.
That's cool. I'm very anal when it comes to music in games.
Yeah.
I either love it or I hate it and turn it off. And 90% of the time I turn it off because it drives me nuts. But it's very well done here.
Trust me, when Edward would turn it, like we had weekly meetings, and he would turn in what he had worked on for the week. And Edward is the kind of guy who would make 400 of the same sound effects, slightly altered, and he'd say, "Hey, I made 400. Please pick one and throw away the other 399. Which one was the best?" What? Yeah, he's like, I had 20 or 30 of them, and I didn't like them, so I made 60 or 80, and I finally on the 400th I found the one. That's him.
Yeah.
He was putting out just like we had to buy over a 1 terabyte Google Drive storage because he had so many things, and that's audio. That's audio.
Crazy.
He was insane. Crazy man.
Love it. It's such a good part of the game, because again, the game is a roguelike game, so it's very quick, it's very fast paced. The music has to help you pull you through the game. Yeah. So it's such an important part of it to keep you to keep the fire up, to keep the momentum, the speed, to keep everything kind of going and flowing in the right direction. And then it goes to the art style too. This game is a beautiful game. I mean, when you are negotiating these environments, it is gorgeous. I mean, the way it's done, it has a very unique feel to it, Jordan. If you want to kind of talk to that a little bit, the art style.
Yeah, I mean, I love this kind of vaporwave neon 80s aesthetic. Look at Brandon's background. I mean, you see
Yeah,
what I mean?
right. Hell
It's
yeah,
like
dude.
we all love this style.
Yeah.
It's it like part of it is that it's part visual cues. So you want to have like you want to draw attention to certain things in certain ways, and then also maybe even out the environment and kind of give context clues. I love doing like atmospheric stuff. So like in the game, there's always like really dense fog and kind of stuff, and that gets you a good sense of like scale, and it does fun things for colors. I like mixing colors around like that, and that color palette of kind of the blues and the pinks and all those neon colors, I think work really well together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the whole game itself, like to me, especially when you're going to do a roguelike, because a roguelike can really go wrong. Like because it's a genre where people absolutely love it, or they're like, I don't want anything to do with it. So if you do them wrong, it can be bad. And to do them right, you need a mix of everything. You need the story, you need the gameplay, you need the music, you need the movement, you need the controls. And here's another thing you need. You need progression. You need to be able to work your way through and get yourself better. You need to have something to work towards in a run that you're in, because that's what a roguelike is. You have one chance to get through and beat the whole entire thing, and whatever you gain in that level, you're going to lose. So you're trying to get it to keep going. So you masterfully did a mix of everything to keep you so involved that it's got one of the it's a game that has, I'll play just one more. It's got that hook. Like, I'll just go get. I'm gonna do one more run. I'm gonna do one more run, and then you're gonna do
next
a 5
time
more
will be
run.
the one. Next
Exactly.
time I'll
Those
get
are the games that we play till 4 a.m. because we just can't put the damn headset down. Yeah,
yeah, I forget who it was that was saying they were playing. They were like, oh yeah, I started playing and then took my headset off and didn't realize how dark it had gotten outside.
Yeah, it can happen so easy. Yeah, like I said, I was talking during in the beginning of the show in our opening that I did the same thing with Zombieland Headshot Fever the other night. I was gonna get in for like a little bit just to kind of tire myself out so I could sleep, and it was 4:30 in the morning by the time I got out of it. And those things happen. And I can tell you right now, I mean, people in chat, no lie, I've done it with Rogue Ascent. So if you're like, oh man, I like what Mash plays, go get Rogue Ascent because you're gonna like it. And I've live streamed it. I've done a lot with this game, and so is who's getting things done says they have a video drop in of Rogue Ascent. That's very cool.
That's cool.
Where
yeah.
they just made a video. They got to drop in soon. So
that's awesome.
everybody
I
go
covered this
check
when
out.
it first came out.
Yeah, right. How long ago was that, Todd?
So hype. It was like February or March 2022.
And Alex VR is in the chat. What is up, dude? He and Mateo 311 is here, and I am Dickel Define Tech, and Alex VR says be haptic support too, right?
Yep, that's a big part. I've been playing the game for I don't know how long, and it's like when you're developing something like this, you play it at 1% and you play it at 2%, and it's like you exhaust. You come up with fun ideas and you play them out, and then you exhaust yourself. You're like, okay, let me add something more. It gets to a certain point though where you really explored every category of the game, and then B Haptics came in, added that, and it was just like, oh my god, this is a whole tactile experience, and it feels like it's one thing to be immersed like visually and like auditorily, and then another thing to have all of these like sensors on you and just feeling the game like that. It's so much fun. It was really easy to implement. Like huge props to the B Haptics team. Like their API was super easy to implement, just as easy. When Alex was like, oh yeah, it's as easy as adding sounds to the game. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes people will say, oh, this API is really easy to implement, and then it really was. And so I put it in there. It was fun to design for because haptics are one of the things that it's like really fun to design for. When you start doing like, if you're on PC development and stuff, you don't really get to touch that area. But like if you're doing mobile or if you're doing like console, you get to jump into that realm. It's a lot of fun to be like, okay, I'm going to do like haptics at this event, and like I'm going to do haptics this way. So it's one of my favorite things to design for, and you get to do it a lot in VR, but not so much if you're using hand tracking. So it was such a cool experience to kind of have this full body immersion into the game.
Think about this. I mean, you're in a headset in VR using your hands, not controllers.
Yeah.
And you have haptic feedback. I mean, that is freaking next level amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
And it's integrated, so you don't have to do anything. Like it's already integrated, so it automatically pops up and it'll do it for you. And yeah, Alex VR kicked ass, and he got a lot of those things done when he was with BHaptic. So kudos that it's in there because there's still a lot of developers that just haven't done it. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there with vests that want to use them. So I love that you guys put it in there, man.
A couple new sightings in chat. Mateo311 has popped in, said hello to everybody. Alex VR, of course, is here. That VR girl is here, and Kenzie Gaming VR is also joined chat.
Hell yeah. What's up, everybody? How's it going? And Kubo92 just dropped a key for Zenith in chat. Speaking of keys, guys, should we give a key away to somebody if they want to play Rogue Ascent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we do that?
I'm double checking.
Let's do it.
I think so. I think we can do that.
Yeah, if we could do it, let's do it. While we're doing that, waiting, let's talk a little bit about, the difference between this game now launching on the Quest 2 and the game when it released originally on App Lab. It's quite a bit of different game now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so funny. In December of 2021, we had put out a demo for Rogue Ascent as a lure to bring people into the Kickstarter that we were trying to get successfully funded. And I think that demo came back to bite us in the ass really bad at the time. It was such a good idea on paper, right? Let people come try the technology without giving away, the house, right? And I think what we hit on in that moment is the issue that we still face today, which is everybody thinks that hand tracking can only be demos. And if they are full experiences, they are very short and limited experiences that do one thing and just one thing only. And that's it. Like, oh, it's a hand tracking game where you just do X, no other movements, no other controls. And when we released that demo in December, I think a lot of people downloaded it and were like, shit, another one, like it's just a demo, whatever. And lo and behold, we had a whole game, that we could have released. We were just, trying to raise for the Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. And that's something that is still reflected to this day when we post about Rogue Ascent. I'm sure you can go to the official trailer right now. You can see comments that are like, why of all genres would you make a hand tracking game out of a shooter? And the whole point is because who the hell would? Who would do that? Because it's the hardest thing to do with hand tracking. There is almost nothing harder to imagine implementing outside of maybe gymnastics hand tracking, doing flips in your headset. And that's the whole point is we did something crazy where, we already have a solution to this problem, right? Use a controller. You have a tactile. Why don't we try to push the envelope? Why don't we see what we can do if we get rid of the controller? And that's the point of Rogue Ascent, is to be wild. It's to do something nobody's ever done, because why would you? And so if you all of those people that make that comment, they don't do it out of any vitriol or disrespect because they don't like the game. It's legitimately a great question, because the history of hand tracking has taught you, these things are demos, they're little rail shooters, you don't really get much out of them. Rogue Ascent is a love letter to the technology. If you're a doubter, if you think that it's all demos and it's not pointless, go buy Rogue Ascent. I promise you'll change your mind.
You will too. I mean, because I'm telling you guys, it is the best hand tracking game out there. Like, you don't there's many hand tracking games out there that you're like, you put up with it, right? Like, so you get in, you're like, okay, this is cool, but it's buggy or janky, it doesn't work, but I'll get through it because the game's kind of cool. This is not one of those games. Like, to me, because you can play this game if you really wanted to with the controllers.
If you're a masochist, yeah,
but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's like it's not, because it's not the way you want to play this game, and that's very rare. There's so many games that are hand tracking games where I was like, they give you the option, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pick the controller up because it's too frustrating. But here, you never feel like you won't need to do that. You never feel like, I need to go get the controllers to get past this part or that past this part. Once you get in there and you get it, it's so intuitive and it works so smoothly, and it becomes like second nature. The movements, the way you pull yourself through is so good. The way you just kind of like put your hand out and then move to a spot. And if you do it right, you can do it so fast. It's so
I was just going to say that. It is so fast.
Yeah. It's one of those games that it's easy to get into. It takes a little bit to master, but when you kind of give it time, you get that click and things just start to work. Especially if you get into a good run and you really get some good weapon upgrades and you get some good shit going on. It's really, really good.
All right, let's give a key away.
The VR girl says it makes her feel like I have superpowers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Yep.
It works. She says it's the best hand tracking game she's played. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It most definitely is. Who's gonna win? Oh, there goes Alex. Oh, poor Alex.
Poor Alex.
The Academy.
Nice.
Hey.
The Academy of Language and Therapy and Life Coaching has won that one.
Congratulations.
Takes me for it took me forever to learn it because that used to be the full name. His full name was the Academy of Language and Therapy and Life Coaching, and I would see it on there, and I'm like, I can't read that whole thing. So I just started calling him the Academy, and now I've kind of memorized it. So every time I see the name now as the Academy, I have to say the whole thing. It's one of the only names I still can't get D's name right. But I can get the Academy of Language and Therapy and Life Coaching right. But congratulations, the Academy, man. Awesome. I can't wait to see it and get in there and tell us what you think, man. Come back, report next week, and let us know all about your stuff in Rogue Ascent. Let us know if you made it through. That's what I want to know. Say how good you are.
Yeah.
Hit me up on Discord to get your key.
Yeah.
Great.
So, guys, what is next for Rogue Ascent? Is anything else going on? I mean, we're launching today. Big day for you guys. Again, congratulations to you and the whole team. But what comes next?
Well, man, I don't know what we want to say because we could say a lot. Actually, we have some really, really good plans for what comes next. I'll tell you this, at least we have an immediate, sometime very, very soon, like a pretty large update for everybody. I don't know when exactly that's going to be, Jordan, and I don't know if we should promise any dates, but we were done with our QA and ready to launch about 2 months ago. And so instead of just like sitting there, we were like, why don't we just build a bunch of stuff? And so we've been building a bunch of stuff in the background. So we have a great post-launch update already ready to go. And then as far as the future, it really comes down to the community support. We have to see how well everybody resounds with the game and what, the community wants to see next. There's a million things that people always ask for and people always think will be great for the game, but it really comes down to, how many people are hopping in there and giving us the feedback we need.
You heard it here first. Rogue Ascent Mixed Reality coming next week. That would be cool, though, guys. That would be freaking cool.
It would, yeah. That's something we've considered. Hand tracking and AR, right? They're always the ones that seem to go together.
That would be sick.
Can you imagine that? Cutting edge hand tracking VR? That would be awesome.
Would be awesome.
You put BCI in that, and it's next level. I want to control everything with my brain, and I'm there. Oh man, this has been awesome, man. Thank you guys for coming. I just want to say, I was super stoked to be able to work with you guys early on, and it was an honor and a pleasure for Impact Reality to be able to come in and work with you guys. It was really was such a good thing. And what I was saying earlier, when you have to do VR stuff for a living, it's not always as glamorous as it sounds, but it makes it easy when you get a freaking awesome game that you can kind of get behind because you love it.
Yeah, without a doubt, Impact Reality was one of the most integral pieces to us getting to where we are. You guys, without a doubt, were a lifesaver through this whole process, and I genuinely cannot thank you enough for everything that you guys have done. It's been an honor not only being on these shows, but to work with you guys through the whole up until launch. It was fantastic.
Hell yeah, and I can't wait. There's so much more coming from Clique Games, coming from Nuda Bear Studios and Jordan, that whole team. And whenever you guys want to come back, you guys have open seats here to talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. This platform is yours anytime.
One thing before we go, Jordan, can you check your Discord really quick? You think maybe we could?
Oh yeah, we could show that.
Maybe a Q2C exclusive.
That would be awesome. How do we do that?
How about that? It's in the private chat. Go ahead.
Okay.
Feel free to show that off.
We love exclusives. Anything we can get exclusive here. We're like, let's do that. Hell yeah.
However you guys want to show that off. This is a sneak peek of what is coming in the next Rogue Ascent update.
Wow, this is big. I don't even know this. This is awesome. I want to see this. Now I'm excited.
You've seen nothing yet.
I know, right?
This
Just a small sneak peek.
This is the Marauder Shield.
Is it a new character?
I
It
don't know.
must be,
What?
because
Could
there's
be.
no Marauder in the game right now.
Might be a new class. Might be a new boss. Might be anything.
That's
Who knows?
awesome.
Well,
I love the hands already. I can see the
Yeah,
hands
right?
and the gloves. That's freaking sick.
And for those that don't know, this is heavily inspired by Coffin Rot Brewing Co. It is actually directly lifted from the lore of Coffin Rot Brewing Co., Jordan's previous title.
Yeah, you know what? We that was my fault. We never even talked about that, Jordan. Tell everybody about Coffin Rot, because that's kind of a forgotten one too.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
was that your first game ever, or was that?
I guess first published VR game. Yeah. So my buddy Sam Rosser and I at Purdue, he was showing some art that he had pulled from a Blizzard game, and then I realized after I looked over at his monitor for a little bit and heard he was talking about that this was art that he had made that he was showing. And I looked at it earlier and I was like, yeah, that's just like Blizzard's art, whatever. But he is so talented with hand painted stuff. And so I was like, Sam, you know what? Let's put a game together. I was playing a lot of Sea of Thieves at the time. I love pirate themed stuff, and Sam loves this kind of stuff too. So we were both like, let's just put together a really silly, fun, chaotic game, and that's Coffin Rot Brewing Co. So you're defending your bar from skeletons that are coming in. You're shooting them with flintlocks. They're trying to take your gold, and then the debt collector comes up through the floor, and you got to defend your gold from him. So it's just this wacky, wild experience, and it was so much fun to put that together. You can actually see a lot of designs that Rogue Ascent. You can see the inspirations. You can kind of see how these designs grew from these earlier projects.
Because they came out around the same time, right? Like at least the Quest version of Coffin Rot came out in July.
Yeah.
We
in 2020.
So much of Rogue Ascent was inspired. If you've played Rogue Ascent, you'll know you go like this. You put your fingers straight up in the air to reload. Same thing in Coffin Rot. You flick the gun up to reload the gun, and that's where that mechanic come from. So what's coming in the next update is a huge homage to Coffin Rot and the inspiration. And also Coffin Rot just means a lot to the team between Clique Games and Noonerbear, because it's how we met Jordan. We met Jordan in 2019 at DreamHack Atlanta in Georgia, and we just helped him get his game into arcades. Coffin Rot, this brand new title. Lo and behold, a few years later I reach out and now I'm publishing Rogue Ascent.
Yeah, and then you guys literally live right near each other. You didn't even know,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
we were
in
down
Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
You meet in Atlanta, but you actually live both.
We both are in Indiana.
So,
Even funnier than that, Jordan and Waylon went to the same college for the same years and had no idea.
No way.
So we've walked past each other, I'm sure, and never realized.
Yeah, it had to happen.
And we met in Georgia.
We crossed paths.
That's insane, dude. That's
wild.
Insane.
That's funny.
These are the things that can happen in like a VR world where it's it's still not huge yet, so you can do those. You can find those funny things that can happen that way, because the events some of the events are few and far between, so you have to go find them. So it's cool when you can get together and see people and meet people, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, you live right next to me. I literally just found out there's a person who reports for a VR news, a very popular VR news publication that lives about 15 minutes from me. We just hooked up on Facebook, and I've known him for we've been friends for a while, in other places, but we actually became friends on Facebook, so where he could see my address, and he messaged me. He's like, holy crap, you live like 20 minutes from me. So super cool. I mean, this is the funniest stuff that you find in the VR world, because literally I thought I was the only VR person here.
Things happen in the weirdest way. But what's next outside of our updates is everybody's got to go buy Rogue Ascent. That's the call to action, guys. I can sit here and talk about it. I can tell you how great it is, but you literally have to buy it. And you know what? To my knowledge, it's still live now. You can do a try before you buy. If you're worried that the hand tracking isn't going to be up to snuff, go to the store page right now. You can download it for free right now. Go try it. And I promise you're going to want to buy it after you try it.
You will, and then you're talking about Coffin Rot, and there's so much of cool stuff in and go get Coffin Rot because it's super cheap, and you get in there and you can you'll have fun in that game, and then you can see there's some cool stuff. Like, isn't there like little Easter eggs too and little things to find?
A whole bunch of little things.
There's so many.
It's worth it. It's worth it to go play Coffin Rot and just so you can see it all in Rogue.
Well, no, now you have to go buy Coffin Rot because you have to understand the lore of the next update. You have to know what's happening.
That's right.
Come on, guys.
Excellent. Absolutely love it. Absolutely. I cannot recommend enough. So anybody watching live, anybody watching later, go get Rogue Ascent. Do exactly what Brandon said. That's a developer is confident and publisher are confident in their game when they put a demo out there because you have a chance to play it and see if you like it. And you're right. When you play this game, this game has a hook. So if you get in there and you do the demo, I almost guarantee that you're going to be like, I got to go play this whole thing. I need to know what the next level is. I need to know what other guns I can get. I want to know all the perks I can get. I want to see where the bosses are. I want to see the last level. I want to see if I can get through. You're going to want to play it. I guarantee it. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it. I know, Jordan, you're trying to celebrate today, coming home from parties. We're like, yeah, come on, get in here. But we appreciate you doing that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And make sure you tell the whole team I say congratulations, and you guys rock and you're awesome. And I mean it. Anytime you want to come back, you have updates, anything you want to talk about, you're welcome back anytime.
Will do.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. Awesome. That was so good, man. Right? I love this game, Todd. I am just a whore for roguelike games. I just am, man. It's just my kind of game.
It is your genre for sure.
I love them, man. I love them, but I am like very picky on how they're done because I've played many roguelike games or roguelite. There's different types of rogue. There's roguelite and roguelike, and I've played both. Yeah. And I'm very picky because there's a lot of them out there that aren't good. Because if you don't have a good enough hook and you don't have progression and you don't have that replayability or that
where you make
let
it
me
too
play
hard.
one more thing, exactly, then you're just like, you nope out.
Yeah,
you're like, I don't want to do it. Yeah. Like if you ever get through a roguelike and you get to like if you get in a good run and you get to the point where you're like, oh, this is just hard and it's impossible and I can't get through it, and then you die and you're just like, fuck, I'm not doing this again. That is not a good roguelike, right? You need to have that hook where you die and you go, God damn, that was so close. I need one more thing. I think I can do it. And that's the hook you need.
Right.
Because if you feel the other way, you'll never go back and play it again. And those are the ones that when people say they don't like roguelites, those are the ones that they think of. Not the ones like this or the Light Brigade or Mother Gunship Forge or any of those games.
Right.
Or
There's
Returnal.
Been a lot recently, some really good ones. And Mr. Tasseloff mentioned Mother Gunship Forge, and I know he's been playing that game like crazy. And you got to get this, Tass. You'll love it.
Seriously, Tass, if you love Mother Gunship Forge, you would love this game. And being able to move with your hands in this game is really, really good. Like literally the movement, it's so easy and smooth. And like you need to move in this game because there's so many things trying to shoot you and kill you that you need to kind of like move yourself around very quickly. And literally you can start to move yourself really, really fast. I love it, man. I love it. That was such a good interview. Thank you to Jordan and Brandon for hanging out with us. That's not an easy thing to do, Ty. When you launch your game, the day you launch your game, you're like, yeah, let me go do an interview. And there's probably a million things going on and
a million other things that he'd rather be doing. But it was awesome for him to take some time.
And they gave us a sneak peek of a new, possibly a new character or a new boss. Yeah. See, that's another cool thing. Just the fact that they've launched that. They were on the App Lab. They worked on the game the whole time it was on App Lab. They got it to where it needed to be. They got to the Quest store, and they're not done. Like they didn't like, okay, we're Quest store. See you later. We're done. See you. Because you could do that. You could be out and be like, okay, we're done. They were like, here, already we have DLC coming. Let me give you a tease. We're already still working. And that's when whenever you get into, you're like, well, MASH isn't going to support this game or MASH isn't going to like this game. Look, there's not every game is for me. And some of these developers really piss me off when they do certain things in games. But if you're a developer who's working on your game actively and you just don't launch your game out and then just say, screw it, I'm done. I'm not working on it anymore. And this is what it is. And it's a janky piece of crap. Those are the problems I have. Those are the ones I have a problem with. If you're a developer who needs to push their game out and it's playable and it's a good game, but it still needs work, and you're like, yeah, we're actively working on it. We have a roadmap. We're going to do this and we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And they're doing it and they're working hard on it. Those are the ones I want to get behind. Those are the ones I want to get in on early. Those are the ones I want to be like, I want to support it. I want to help build VR. The ones that take advantage are the ones I don't want to be part of.
All right. Completely agree.
Yeah. What's everybody saying in chat? What's going on? I see Wes is here. What's up, dude? Todd, it's so weird working with Wes every day now.
Right?
It's like, me and Wes have been great friends for many years now. But to have a chance to be able to work every day, like I see Wes like every morning now, like we get up and we have meetings all day long. I mean, literally, we had a meeting at midnight the other night, and he was there for the whole thing. He's kind of living his dream now. You know what I mean? He's getting a chance to see what it's like, working in virtual reality, and how that things happen. Working from home for the first time ever, probably in his life.
Say that. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Those aren't easy transitions when you're used to going to work every day. Like I can tell you that most people are like, oh, I would give anything to work from home, but it's a transition still. It's not easy. You have to figure things out. Like it was something I had to go through because when I started doing this, I wasn't used to working from home either. But you kind of probably had to do that too at one point, right? Because you worked from home a lot.
I've been working from home for 10 years now, so it's, and and you get to a point where you've worked for yourself or from home for so long. I can't imagine myself going into an office or into a laborious job every day, 9 to 5. I can't imagine doing that anymore. You just get into that routine, and working from home is amazing. If you can do it, it's amazing.
Yeah. And think about what's great for Wes too, and Michelle Dillon, his wife, and his kids. You get to see his dad again. They get to see dad and the husband again.
And crazy hours. He had some crazy hours.
Yeah, I mean, Wes was he was working night shift too, so you know what I mean. It was, and when you're doing that stuff, you have to like figure out times to spend with each other. And that I was playing with we played some After the Fall on PlayStation VR 2 the other day. It was myself and Wes and Roots, and Michelle got in. Michelle Dillon, Wes's wife, got in and played with us a little bit. And the first thing she said to me when she got to the lobby, she was like, I'm so happy I have my husband back again. So, and that made me feel good that we were able to do that. And man, Wes has been killing it, absolutely killing it. And you and Wes have probably been the two of the biggest additions to Impact Reality, because you have been actually absolutely killing it too, rocking on a whole bunch of different titles, but especially Ghost of Tabor. That's your baby. Ghost of Tabor is like your baby.
I kind of like that one.
Well, and it's the freaking busiest.
Play it nearly as much.
It's the busiest one. I know. Look. I get the chance to just play it a lot. But yeah. Todd's got to do all the grunt work. A week. I know, right? No, I don't want to do that. I want to play. Literally, Betty reached out to me earlier. She's like, oh, do you want to go do some runs? And then she quickly messaged back like, oh, it's show night. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Literally, I would almost cancel the show just to go play. I was in somebody's stream the other night. Tribe was streaming the other night. And I'm like, dude, if you could easily talk me out of not doing Virtual Strangers right now, and I would go play. Oh man, it's so damn good. All right, let's do this. We got a couple more keys to give away. We have a key to Shuttle Maze we're going to give away.
We do. Yep.
And we have a key to Propagation Paradise Hotel, and we're going to talk about the game coming up very soon. But Todd, let's do this first. We have another interview to do. This one is pre-recorded. This one is really, really good, guys. It's really short. It's only about 30 minutes long or so. It's going to be from Shuttle Maze, the developer of Shuttle Maze. It's an interview that I just did a few days ago. Had a blast doing it, and it's a really good interview, very informative. You're going to learn a lot about developing in other countries. This developer is in Israel. And I'll let the interview speak for itself, and we'll be here in chat talking to you guys during it. And then as soon as we come back from this, we're going to give away a couple of big keys here, and then let's do it.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you, future Eric and Todd. Unfortunately, past Todd is not here. He's been killed in the multiverse, so he doesn't belong in this dimension. But with me here instead of Todd is Dan Sivan, the founder, CEO, and lead developer for Ayayu Games and Shuttle Maze. What's going on, Dan? How you doing, man?
Oh, hey, Eric. Hey, Todd. Hey, past future Todd.
Yeah, future Todd. Past Todd, like I said, there was a dimensional time rift, and he was unfortunately killed in this dimension, and he no longer deserves to be here. So
it happens when you move through different dimensions. I died so many times, so I know how it's like,
Absolutely. Thank you for coming and being a guest here on Q2C VR Gamer Live. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun because we have known each other for over a year now. We've known each other, and you kind of like contacted me about Shuttle Maze a long time ago, and kind of introduced me to the game, and I've kind of fell in love with it right from the beginning. And we've worked with each other, under different circumstances for almost a year now, and I was really happy to be involved with Shuttle Maze. But before we get into the game itself, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about Ayayu Games, like where you're from and how you built this studio and made this great game.
Sure. A year passed. It's like it's so fast. I didn't realize it was been more than a year now.
Yeah, crazy.
Fast. Wow, amazing. So yeah, about me, I'm a musician actually. I started my career, or my adult career life as a musician, playing the piano, playing a keyboard for different kind of bands, mainly reggae bands in Israel. I come from Israel, and I fell in love with making games about 6-7 years ago. I studied it by myself, basically in the beginning, and then I did a course, and then I started to teach in the course that I made in the college, in Shankar College in Israel. And after that course, the finishing project, the major project that we did in the course was VR-Man, which you can see in this little.
Heck yeah! Look at that.
Here. VR-Man is actually an action figure thing. This is him.
That's so cool.
VR-Man is a controller. It's a full guy. It's a fully equipped with all kinds of stuff inside, like speakers and vibration stuff and lights and stuff like that. And so he's like a smart action figure. And when you take him into virtual reality, he comes to life, and he's your controller, so you can play with him inside virtual reality. So this startup was what brought us to start Ayayu Games. That was 2018, and we started with this idea, and we got some money around it, and we started to do it, and then things happened. Some things happened, some things didn't happen. Eventually, COVID came, and then the market of LB VR, the location-based virtual reality, like virtual reality arcades worldwide, basically the market has been deleted.
Yeah.
At least for the time.
Yeah, still struggling to come back now. I know.
Totally, but the VR-Man thing, we started to market it already to VR arcades worldwide, but then COVID came, so we decided to freeze it. We took the concept, the game design, and the game engine that we developed around this idea, and we started making Shuttle Maze. And I gave everything I have since 2018. That's basically, besides that, I'm a father to 3 children, so it's a full-time daddy job.
Yeah.
And but basically, all I'm doing all day is making Shuttle Maze better, and taking learning and trying to make it as wide as I can.
Yeah, this story that you have of going through COVID, starting with LBE and moving, having to pivot, during COVID, it's a familiar one. I've heard it from several developers that I've had to interview over the last couple of years. Probably the most recent of which was Road 2 Entertainment with Rhythm of the Universe Ionia. They were the same way. Like that game, Ionia was originally going to be a location-based experience that was going to be on cruise ships. So you could go on a cruise ship and do that experience. And then COVID hit and all the cruise ships were shut down. So they had to pivot, and they basically took that game, that experience that was supposed to be a location-based thing, and they actually put it on the Quest store. So, what you're saying in this experience that you have is very common for a lot of developers.
It's interesting. Yeah, we almost we started to market it to Las Vegas, to take it to casinos for the children, so they have something like futuristic to do. But COVID came, so I don't know if they closed the casinos, right?
They did, yeah. I mean, Las Vegas was basically a ghost town. It was shut down completely.
Crazy. Actually, it was a crazy town. I'm pretty happy about it that it happened, retrospectively, because seeing all the empty streets and empty cities and all the animals come around, like stuff that you could only imagine in the in the movies. So but yeah, it was very, very hard for us to struggle to understand what can we do with it. It was a time of decision making about if we're to quit it. Maybe we should go to do mobile games. Maybe we shouldn't do games. Maybe also we thought about creating other virtual reality, like not non-gaming virtual reality stuff. With this idea, with this technology of it's a part controller, it's also hardware and also software and all kind of mishmash stuff. So, but what I fell in love with in the beginning of this journey was making games. I was dreaming about different ways of creating fun. So that's what I think drives me in the creation of the game. It's about making it as fun as I can, and when I say fun, for me is more the game design and the game mechanics. It's the feel, it's the controls, it's the skill. Is finding something that will challenge me, and that's the genres that I like. When I used to play games, now I don't have the time, but when I played games, the games that I love are challenging ones. I think all games are challenging, right? But it's more like timing and precision kind of stuff, like if I like Celeste, if you know, it's a classic game. It's like a 2D classic platformer game.
Yep.
And so these kind of games are the ones who drove me and still drive me today to create challenging games.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. Did you grow up in life as a gamer? So have you been a gamer all your life?
I think so. Yeah. Basically, yeah. My first, I was born 1980, so I'm an 80s kid and a 90s teenager. So yeah, I started with Diggers, if you know it, and like Jones. Do you know Jones?
Jones, no.
It's an old like Sim Life kind of the first very old
version of The Sims.
Yeah, it's like
no way.
It's something I played it hours when I was, I think, maybe 10. I think it's 9. I don't know. And wow. Yeah, I kept playing always. Before the internet, that when we needed to communicate between computers and download games through BBSs. If you know this.
You said before the internet, Dan. You're dating yourself, man. You're dating.
I'm super boomer.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the kids nowadays are like, before the internet? What is that? How do you even function before the internet?
We had the modems which did that on this kind of sound.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had it dial-up internet and the AOL. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Dan, let's talk a little bit about your game, because I mean that's the main focus here, and Shuttle Maze is an interesting game. It's unlike any other game I think I've ever played, with number one, the story and the controls and the whole idea behind it. So tell all the audience here who haven't had a chance to see Shuttle Maze or play Shuttle Maze, tell us about Shuttle Maze and a little bit of the story behind it.
Shuttle Maze is basically it's a 3D maze game. Now it's a maze in a 3D space, right? So you can move. It's a third-person game. It's a third-person perspective game that you have your spaceships, and you need to fly you control one spaceship at a time for now. In later updates, we are planning to make it that you will be able to control as a lot of spaceships in the same time. But anyway, you have one spaceship and you need to fly through a long maze, and you can fly it in all directions, like forward, backwards, right, left, up, and down with one controller. You have one controller that controls your spaceship, and the other controller controls yourself in space as a camera. So you can move around in space and see the maze and the challenges in the maze from different angles, and choose the best angles that are right for you. And I can tell you from the experience that we have from testing players that there isn't any rule about it. Like some people love to play it when they are inside the maze and see everything. They are small and they see the maze as a big kind of hole. And others, like myself, I prefer to look at it more in like a God perspective way, that the maze is very small and you can see everything and see all the enemies and all the robots and all the obstacles and all the challenges and all the puzzles, and try to understand how to do it as fast and as good as you can. It's a skill. It's a highly skilled game, and I mean that you. Like many games, but also this one, it's as more as you play it, the better that you get, and it's there really isn't. You cannot get good enough, right? You can always get
always
better.
Improve. Yeah,
always improve. Always, like it's. And now in the new content that we are preparing for the new update, which will come very soon. Even more, right? Because there's new challenges and people are getting better in the game, so we need to reinvent ourselves in new challenges, and also making the skill, the challenges and the challenges in the skill itself. Like there's different skills that. There's the direction that you need to move, and also the velocity of the spaceship. You don't want to fly too fast through the maze, because then you will hit obstacles, and you can't move it too slow, because then the enemies will catch you or they will hit you with their bullets. And you need to understand, it's also like you need both to have a high perspective of the environment, to know there's enemies there's a group of enemies there, and if I go too fast there,
This is a great point that you're making. I absolutely love this, and I don't know if a lot of people know this about the game, or I'll explain it for the people who haven't seen this game before. What you were talking about before, of like being down in the maze, or bringing yourself back out and looking at it from a farther out perspective, or like a God perspective. To explain it to people, it's very much like the game Demeo, in the movement wise, that you can actually, or the control wise. But you can actually take your controllers, and by using the grip buttons, you can actually manipulate the environment around the maze. You can actually move yourself around the maze to get different perspectives to be able to move the ship. Or you can bring yourself down into the maze itself, or bring yourself away from the maze to get different perspectives. So it's really a really cool control scheme of how to view the maze in different perspectives. And it's really good. And the maze itself is part of it's an obstacle course maze with enemies that you have to get through as well. So there's a lot going on here. So it's important that you actually move your perspective around to get the best view sometimes, right?
Yeah. It's very hard, it's very hard for me to explain about the game, because until it feels so different when you see it in 2D and when you get inside it, because when you're inside it, you understand that the perspective of that you are there, and you can move around, and you actually control the spaceship from afar with one hand, So that's like, I think we start actually when we released the first version of the game, you couldn't move around the camera. You only moved the spaceship, and you would follow the spaceship automatically in space. And that was enough, and we got great reviews, and people loved it, and they played through the mazes. but we got feedback that people would love to see the maze from other angles and to go inside and go outside and so on. So we added that, and that opened a whole new world of challenges, that we can add, because people can see stuff from other angles, and you need to find the right angle to know how to approach it. So it's a real-time fast game. It's not like a puzzle. It's a puzzle game also. It's like an action puzzle platform.
It's a speed puzzler. It's like a speed puzzle, yeah.
So really, it's like everything, and it's very hard to explain about it. It's pretty intuitive. It will take the new player to catch. It's a new control scheme. You never played this control scheme. So it takes a couple of minutes to understand how it goes, and another couple of minutes to finally control it. And I can also promise that if it's, I don't know why, if you play the game 1 hour or 2 hours, you will get better. But if you play the game 1 hour and then you will put it aside and then you'll get back to it and you play it again, you get like 300% better. It's like crazy. Something in the mind takes time to understand. You understand it after you put down the headset. I don't know, something sinks. That's like from testing that we've done, right? It's like players that played 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, they get expert and like crazy skilled. So
yeah, because it's tough to almost. You're right. Number one, you cannot see this game flat and get an idea of what it feels like to be in VR. There's many games like this that just don't translate. When you see it on a flat screen, you're like, oh, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the degree of difference of when you see it in a VR headset and how profound that difference is amazing. This is one of those games that will shock you when you put it on in the headset, because you're like, oh my God, this is really crazy how great this looks inside the headset, and it doesn't really do it justice on the outside when you're watching it flat. But 2, you're talking about the skill gap of maneuvering the ship, and it's one of those games that's very easy to pick up. You can get in there and you can get going pretty easily. But to get really good at it and get fast at it and get higher scores, you need to keep playing to build up that skill level that you're talking about. But there is something that just clicks with you. Like you said, your 3rd or 4th playthrough, all of a sudden you're maneuvering the ship better. You're intuitively moving around the maze and shooting at the same time. And then your speed starts to increase slower and slower. As you get in, slowly, you'll just start to increase your speed going through them and get faster and faster until you can start to almost speed run these things. And you're probably one of the best on there because you're all over the leaderboards, which I guess you should be since it's your game.
Actually, always I need to. One of my tasks in my work is to get inside the leaderboard and delete myself.
Take yourself out. I know you're too good, man. I can't even beat you on these leaderboards. Even who's really good at this game too is Jasmine from VR with Jasmine is very, very good at this game, and she can't beat your scores either. So, but I know she's been trying. So we'll see. Let's see if we can find Jasmine on the leaderboard.
And we didn't talk too much about the story and about the
that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's get, because to me this is the game itself is great. The gameplay is fantastic, and that's kind of like the core here. But to me, the story and the visuals of the way the story is told wrap it up into like the perfect package. So tell us a little bit about, number one, I want to hear about Glow. Tell me about Glow, the main character, and then tell us about this amazing story that we're in here.
So 2.5 years ago, my 3rd daughter was born, and her name in Hebrew is Zohar, which means in English is glow, basically. So that's how her name came.
That's awesome.
And Glow is she's I hope I get the details right. She's 20 years old, renegade pilot. She grew up in a home where her father and her grandfather were space pilots for their whole lives, so she's a space pilot in her blood. She's a racing, of course. She races with her spaceship that she herself with her father built, and improved over time. And for to get by, she used to work as a space construction pilot. And then, so that's Glow.
She's a badass, by the way. She's so cool, man. She's like one of the coolest characters.
And then she, after, it's a long story because the Dr. Harris, which built an AI program when about in the 80s, but it grew, and he invented the automatic space, like the AI, which pretty much replaced all the construction pilots that like Glow. So she lost her job, and so she needed to do black market kind of stuff.
This is like Chat GPT gone bad, Dan. The AI is taking over.
Yeah, so that's what happened to her. So she needed to do it, and then one time she got a call from Space Authority, and they said, "Okay, Glow, we know about you, and we're gonna take your spaceships, and we're gonna take your license, and you won't be able to fly again." So she said, "Oh no, what can I do? Like, don't do it to me. I need it. It's my job, it's my life." So they said, "Okay, just go. Actually, we have, if you can do a small mission for us, and then we'll consider about letting you go with this." And so then she goes to this space station, and it's like it doesn't show anywhere in the maps, in the Google Maps of the future. And game starts basically, and then she goes inside the space station, and it took over. It's been taking over. It's by this crazy cool guy or thing, and the story is told throughout the gameplay with comic book like slides, kind of like very low
awesome
frame rate animations that you get through the game with the characters speaking and narrated by professional actors.
They're so good, by the way. I was just going to bring that up. The actors in this, in the cutscenes, the voices are perfect, spot on. Like the voice of Glow just is perfect for her character, and even the voice of Dr. Harris is fantastic, and the acting in it is so good.
Yeah, give me 1 second, Eric. Let me. I'll give. I can't remember their names, but
yeah, no, definitely look them up, and I'll talk a little bit about it while you're doing that. There's a lot of interaction, especially in the beginning, between this mad scientist, Dr. Harris, who, like you said, had built this AI, and it's kind of gone bad here, and that's the situation. And he's kind of stuck, and the Space Authority has kind of sent you to go rescue him, basically, or get him out of there in some way, is the gist of it. And the interactions between him and Glow in the beginning are they're really good, and Glow is like kind of sarcastic and funny, and you can tell that he's hiding something, and you can tell something's not right. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool dialogue between the two. So yeah, the kind of like the storyboarding and the way that the story is told with these little kind of like animated cutscenes between the two characters is done really well. I love the comic book and art style, and like I said, the voice acting is amazing. And do you have those names, Dan?
Yeah, so Alex Orwell wrote the script, and he managed the whole story and the story itself. Jason Pace is the voice director, and he plays the evil AI. Nora Wyman is Glow, and Jason Pace is, like I said, Jason Pace is Maze Freak, the AI, and Levi Nunes, I think that's how you pronounce it, is Dr. Harris. It was a great experience, recording them, and they really got into it. It was very interesting. So that was the work behind that. It was very fun and interesting, and hard work to make it, to bring it. Also in virtual reality, there's a lot of, I don't know if we can get into technicalities too much, but anyway, in virtual reality, there's a lot about positioning things in the world, and because we cannot, in 2D screens, you have, as a director or as a content creator, you can, where the viewer will look. You
right.
You control wherever I will look. In virtual reality, you don't have this
like a direction for them. The viewer can go anywhere because you can
the
turn
viewer can look
360.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And they do. You know, the viewer
Yeah.
will look. They will look everywhere that you didn't want them to look. Right?
That's the way it works.
Yeah, that's how it totally. And so it was also a challenge to create it so the viewers will see the story. In the beginning, we put on the story, but we realized pretty fast that players don't look at the story, you know, at the characters in the comic books because it's behind them, and they just try to. So there's a whole world going back scene, so to make it that as you play the game, that you will catch the story and it will be viewed correctly and in the right size and in the right time, and you know, and in the right pace and so on. So it was very fun, and the game is also we did a lot of we invested a lot of time in the music and in the sound and in the mix of the sound in the game. That's something that's very important for me as a musician and as an audio engineer. So
yeah,
the mixing, the real-time mixing in the game is very highly managed. So the sound, we try to make the sound always, you know, in your face kind of feel with the music changes. And, you know, we selected the most emotional tracks, like 80s retro vibe tracks that we found, like pumping beats and emotional beats and stuff like that, which have an 80s smell, I guess. And with the story, as the story goes and the audio changes and the tension changes also with as you get in the game and you get better. So I think you know, until today I play this game, I don't know, now for maybe 3 years. So I don't know.
Yeah, you've got some time in this one.
And I still play it, you know, from the beginning until the end. I do it for testing when we put on new content and stuff like that. But I always enjoy it, you know, still. So for me, it's like.
Well, it's got replayability, right? Because that's what I mean. The story here is great, you know what I mean. And so when you get through the campaign, but you know, it's fantastic because the whole start to finish of, you know, seeing the whole progression of the story is great. But there is more to go back to here because you do have like this this leaderboard that you can go and try and beat your friends and get your best score of anybody else that you see on there. And again, there's a, you know, a time thing too. You want to be able to maybe speed run this and really get through it because, you know, again, you can, you know, once you get good at this, you can really start to move the ship fast through the maze, and then through, you know, through all the enemies as well, which is great. And then now you have different ships to have too, to like, you know, you can upgrade your ships and get different ships as you go too, right?
Yeah, we have each level has a race mode where you can try to beat me.
Nice.
And try to beat other expert players that got expert. There is also, after you play a bit, after the 4th level, you unlock the racing levels, which each of them is different and basically tries to focus on a kind of another skill that you learned when you play the game. We are also planning to add more racing levels, and one of the feedbacks that a lot of the feedback that we got it's like people love the game. We get great reviews about it. Like most, we have 4.7, 4.8 rating on the game on AppLab right now.
Yep.
But with that, people say that it's too short for them, and they you know, it's not everybody completes it. But if you complete it and you find it too short, I can understand it because you want new challenges. You know, you want more content. You want more of it. So now we are planning, like I said, to release the new update soon with more content.
you know, you've been working in this game for a long time, and it's not, you know, at the beginning, it was just completing the game and getting out there. But I think is great is you continue to put more into this game. So, you know, you are polishing it still. You're adding to it. You're giving more content, different types of challenges inside of the thing, the whole leaderboard system and the point scoring system. I mean, it's amazing how much you're putting into this.
We have new spaceships that we just put inside, and each spaceship has different weapons. And actually, we added a new weapon which you didn't. It's not in the version yet.
Ooh.
Actually, it's in the version. Sorry, it's in the version. The new anyway. There is a new weapon that we just added in the latest updates, which is a homing. It's not a homing. It's a guided missile that you shoot it with your spaceship, and then you guide the.
You can control the missile with your other controller.
You can do it with the other controller, but basically, it's from our testing. It's better to do it with the same controller, because if you do it in the other controller, it's too much. Like your brain is like you cannot. It's too much information.
Yeah, I can see that.
We got exploded brains here all around the studio, so we stopped that.
Nice. I want to get in and test this now. I haven't seen this yet.
It's the guided missile. It's pretty. Yeah, I think it's a great. It's very fun, and also it brings the guided missile feature that we've added. It added a new kind of world of content for us, which will be added very soon. Because you can now also approach challenges and enemies from far away, because it has a long range. It moves slowly in space, but then how can you manage to guide it to the other, to kill the robot in the other in the end of the maze? But how do you do it when small robots approach you in the close by and attack you? So you need to swap to your laser and kill them, or swap to your bomber and throw bombs around in order to clean your space around you. And then you can have a couple of seconds where you need to swap to the guided missile and guide it through the maze in order to. So it's like it's a kind of strategic, or it's not strategic, maybe.
I think it definitely is strategic. I think it is, because you're going to have to switch back and forth, right? Like you're going to have to set things up so where you can take care of the things directly around you that are going to try and destroy you, and still and then switch back to that missile to keep it going. I think it is definitely going to be strategic. I think it's going to be awesome.
It's a highly skilled game. You need to both move yourself around, move your spaceships around, and you need to control the different weapons and understand the capabilities of each ship and understand the capabilities of each weapon. And it's not very complicated, it's it's very intuitive looking, right? The lasers, you shoot lasers. The guided missile, you shoot a guided missile. The bombs, they explode. So there isn't too much, information that you need to learn. You just need to play.
Yep.
And it's
that's the whole main thing here, Dan. People just need to play it. People just need to play this game. It's one of the best games out there, and just not enough people know about it, and we want to make sure that people know about it. And look at that badass character behind you on that poster, Glow, and then Dr. Harris right there as well. And I mean, this is such a good game that just not enough people are playing. And you're on App Lab, so people can go find it on App Lab. How much is it on App Lab right now?
12. It's $11.99.
$11.99 on App Lab. I mean, you cannot find a better deal than that for a type of game that you have this much into, that gives you that 80s nostalgic, feel to it, retro feel. Super cool. The artwork is great. The gameplay is amazing. The voice acting, it really is the complete package. We need people to check this game out and to see for themselves. And you have it coming to other platforms too, right, Dan?
Yeah, we're working now on the Pico platform. To launch on the Pico platform the full game, also with a new mixed reality add-on, which will be it works amazingly with mixed reality, because it's a third-person perspective game. So you will we already played the mazes in here, so just see the maze here, and we can see through. It's built for it, so it works. In virtual reality, you can get inside the maze, and you have a very long walled maze, right? It's like the world is very long and the maze is long, so you have a long kind of missions. In the mixed reality, it will be maybe shorter like a shorter mazes which switch. It works amazingly with mixed reality, so also this is something that we're very excited about. And also we have the big content package that we're working on for a couple of months now after the last package that was released. And then more is coming. There is the multiplayer, of course, feature that we are very keen on making. The game is ready for it. We just need to make it. So it will take us some time after the mixed reality. And also there's a building. The players will be able to build mazes for Shuttle Maze inside virtual reality.
Nice.
And,
so like player created content.
Yeah, player created content that you will be able to share with your friends, and to also challenge other friends and stuff like that. So that's something that we started to work on, but now we do the mixed reality and the content, so that will also come. So there's a lot of plans for this game. Actually, I believe it's a new genre. The kind of controls and the way that you move in space, it's a new genres of virtual reality games. It's a game that you can play only in virtual reality. It's very specially tied to virtual reality. You cannot play it in PC. It's not like a PC game that was translated into virtual reality. It's specially made, specially tested, and thought for virtuality. It was comes from there. It's like you know what I mean when you
this is a VR game. This is definitely a VR game. This is not like this is not a game.
Important, as a VR gamer. I'm always looking for the games that for me feel that, oh cool, that's something that I didn't do before. It's just like, okay, there's a new platform and a new kind of content that I can that can excite me with new stuff. So yeah, Shuttle Maze, that's what Shuttle Maze is about bringing new kind of gameplay to virtuality gamers. And
I think you're definitely there, Dan. I think you're hit it on the head. This is definitely different than anything that most people have played before in VR. And at $11.99 for what is already there in this game, and then think about the things that you're still working on and you're going to be down, that's going to be updated. There's so much to do in this game. I think everybody needs to go check this game out. Everybody go check it out, try it. I mean, this game will blow you away. It's a huge game in a little package for $11.99. Such a good deal. Dan, this has been so much fun, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this interview and bringing this game to everybody. And thank you for going through everything you had to go through to get this thing going, man, and still sticking with it 3 years later. So
thank you so much, Eric, for having me, and Todd, future Todd, thank you for having me.
He's a slacker, Dan. He's such a slacker.
And I hope the world is still here in the future, and that the sun still, and the dimensions are still happening. And see you in virtual reality.
We'll have to see. All right, back to future Eric and Todd. There you go. Dude, lots of fun, man. Todd, you're such a slacker, dude. What's your problem?
I know, right?
It's look, guys. I know these interviews these pre-recorded interviews are tough. You know what I mean? I know we don't like to do them, but virtual reality is all over the world, and we can't ask somebody who lives in Israel to come on at 9 p.m. on a Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday night. I mean, that would just make it like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. for them, or something like that. Crazy. So, but it was a cool interview, man. I love doing it. I really like talking to developers, Todd. I love hearing the backstory and how these things happen and how they work. It really fascinates me into like how they pivot and how these things, happen. Like literally, Dan was all about making this game for LBE. Literally, that was what it was going to be, and it was going to be like doing some stuff in like arcades in Vegas or experiences in Las Vegas where when kids go to Las Vegas with their parents are going to the casinos. The kids have to have somewhere to go, and that's what he was talking about doing. And it was cool to see how he had to pivot off of that and figure out what he wanted to do. And I absolutely love the idea that he had. He had an idea for a video game very early on, before even Yuki came out, which was you controlling an action figure, and he kind of showed it early on in the thing, and it's a really cool thing. And basically, he taught himself to code and taught himself how to make virtual reality games based off of this idea of you holding this action figure in a game, kind of like Yuki. And then kind of Shuttle Maze was kind of born out of that, kind of the way you control the ship. And you like Shuttle Maze too, right? You're a big fan.
Yeah, I've played it a lot, and it's very unique in how you control the ship, how you can control your environment. It's a very cool game.
Yeah, I think it's such a cool, like I said, the backstory of these developers and what they have to go through to make a game. It just fascinates me to see that side of it. It's like it really is so easy for us just to go, here's the game, go buy it for $14, and it better be the best game in the world. But I love seeing what goes behind it and the thought processes, and talk about somebody with a labor of love and just working on this game for years. And he's been working on this game for 3 years.
And think of how many developers we talk to on a regular basis, and it's the ones that are passionate, and you can just tell they've dedicated their lives to this. They want to make it work. They're going to continue putting updates and patches and making it better. Those are the ones that are worth watching a pre-recorded interview, because it's just so good to see that much love for VR.
Yeah, it is, man. It's so cool. And man, did you hear at the end he's talking about mixed reality in
And
this? Can you?
2 ships at once? What the hell? I didn't
Yes.
know about that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and then the whole idea with the bomb thing is in there now, where you have a guided
Oh.
missile. So think about that. You controlling the ship with one controller, and then you have to like stop and then control this missile that's constantly moving in the environment at the same time. So you have to switch back and forth between the two.
Yeah, it's great. It's chaotic. Like,
It is.
especially the like there's the campaign modes version, and then there's a speed run version where you're trying to beat all your friends and get to the top of that leaderboard. And it is chaotic when you're trying to go fast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The mazes are huge.
Yeah, talk about a game that deserves to be on the, that needs to graduate out of that lab to the Quest
totally.
Store. This is one of them, man. Because Dan has put the work into it too, man. He's put that game is drastically different now than when it launched, and he's still updating it, man. He's still got stuff he's putting in. He's talking mixed reality, multiplayer. He's added ships, maps, storyline, different types of textures and colors into this thing. The speed runs, and maybe a horde mode is coming too.
Oh my god,
Maybe
that's cool too.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
damn
don't know,
cool,
there's
man.
so much to this game.
Yeah. But thank you
And
guys
and
for
he was right
sitting
about the
through that.
story, the way that the comic book slide, that whole nostalgic. It's got every little hook to grab you. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
this
could
is
talk about Rogue
it's
Ascent
not a super
Shuttle Maze for
expensive
hours.
game, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got everything, and the game is like, I don't know, was it $11.99?
$10 or something?
I think
Yeah,
it's $10.
$12.
I mean, literally,
Yeah.
everybody for this price, everybody should go get this game and
Yeah.
just get in there and have fun with it. Chatty was saying earlier,
Try to
like,
beat my score.
yeah, like go try and beat Todd's score right now. Not now. Wait till the show's over.
Yeah.
Chatty was saying earlier, like how good this game was, and it's just a cool game just to get into, and like just at the end of the night, and just kind of relax and stuff like that. Philo's X says, was Propagation talked about first? No, we haven't talked about it yet. That's what we're going to get into. We're going to give a key right now away to Shuttle Maze is what we're going to do. And D, if you're out there, it's time to get you in here if you're ready. Whenever you're ready, D.
She is almost ready. She is punched out for lunch. She's just grabbing something, and she said she'd be right here.
Cool. Well, in the meantime, let's give away a key to Shuttle Maze, and then whoever wins this thing can go in and try and beat Todd's score. I do not have a good score in here because this game's hard, man. This game is hard. It's one of those, again, we talk about these games all the time. It's kind of easy to pick up, but to get good and fast at it, it takes time to learn how to maneuver the ship, right?
Yeah, and it's one of those games that it doesn't require a large play space, but it definitely benefits if you've got a lot of space to play, because you can be moving all over the place trying to get to the best angles to see the maze. And
yeah, Jenna Sequa says, I want to play it. It looks fun. Jenna, you would love this game. Like literally, you would love this game. Like even
you would
like
love
Creeper
Glow.
Betty.
She's hilarious. She's such
Oh,
she's so sarcastic, and
Yeah. And did you guys
very well
hear in
done.
the interview, like, you know, if you were listening, the Glow, the character is named after his daughter, man. That's freaking awesome. And the character is Glow is so awesome. Like you were saying, like, Jenna should stream it, or like Betty. I think this is a game for Creeper Betty. I think she would love
I
this
think
game.
so.
I would watch her stream this game. It would be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is definitely your kind of game, because this game's got everything in it. It's a puzzler. It's a maze puzzler. It's a flying game. It's a little bit of a
Action shooter combat. Yeah.
Yeah, with a cool like 80s cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't say enough good things about this cool game for like, again, for like $11 or something like that.
Yeah, it's totally a good deal. Let's give a key away.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give somebody somebody awesome a key. I pretty much everybody on this wheel is awesome, by the way. I mean, there's a couple maybe I don't like. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Alex, you know, that guy always wins.
He does always win. He's a winner. Alex is a winner. Look at him.
He is a winner.
Bluebell says Jenna can't play it until she plays Breachers. I know. Breachers tomorrow night, guys. I'm going to be in. I'm going to be in for the it's normal. I think it was like normal population one night. It's now going to be Breachers night. I am in tomorrow night for some Breachers.
No spam in the kitchen.
Well, hey, Nick Thompson, there you go, bro. You got yourself a key to Shuttle Maze. And then you have to report back to us next week and tell us how much you absolutely love this game. So good, man. So good. Let's see. What's everybody saying in chat? Jenna says pretty much love pretty much everyone. Pretty much everyone what? I don't know. I don't know what she means. Breachers all night. Yeah, Breachers is going to be cool, man. I'm looking forward to Breachers. I haven't played it since last Sunday, so.
People are losing their minds in chat because of something I added to Discord. I think I
added you? Oh, you add. I saw you add. I didn't even know much about this. You sent this something to me, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And you're like, hey, I'm adding this this bot to the Discord, and it's
it's just a regular. Bot? It's just it's just a Me6 bot, but I recreated it.
So it's max
upgraded
headroom?
us to the new, premium Me6 because it was late at night and I was dicking around in Discord. So I turned him into max headroom, and I gave him like this sarcastic attitude, and you should see some of the comments this guy's saying.
Yeah, what did
you
he
can
say?
Completely have a conversation with him.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, I want me to be a bot in there, and I can people can talk.
Let me
to me.
read one of these to you.
I can rant on them or something. That'd be cool.
Well, he made a bad comment about Shuttle Maze. I'm not going to read that one.
What did he really?
Yeah, jerk.
How dare he? Kick him out of the Discord.
Yeah, right. I almost did.
Oh, Jenna said I like pretty much everyone on the wheel. Yeah, I do like pretty much everyone on there. No, seriously, I don't think this. I don't know who's on there. Okay, the wheels. There's so many people on there. I can't tell who's on there. I would, but there's nobody in our community that I don't like.
No,
seriously.
not at all.
I mean, I would tell you. I would tell that person.
So one of the comments that
talking to you,
Bacardi B wrote, he wrote, "Hey Max, is Todd Q2C VR gamer a slacker like Eric? Like Eric says?" And Max replied, "Oh, Todd, yeah, he's a real go-getter. I mean, if by go-getter you mean someone who sits in his mom's basement all day playing VR games and avoiding any real responsibilities. But hey, who am I to judge?"
So wait a minute, how did you program this thing? What did you use to program
it? It's a new function in Me6 that lets AI control.
So it's an AI? It's AI
Yeah,
control.
so I have to tell it what kind of personality it has and the type of backstory it has, and kind of create this personality for him, and then he just takes off with AI responses. It is so freaking funny.
I literally am starting to get worried about AI.
It's crazy, man.
Look,
you can have a cool conversation with this guy.
I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not one of these people that are like, freak out about things. And I think technology is an amazing thing. But fuck, man, this AI is starting to scare me. If it doesn't make you pause a little bit, like about what is going down lately, and this is what we know about, folks. I can tell you the shit that we're talking about now. There's been companies out there that have been using it for over a year. So tell me that this is the stuff we know about that's happening right now. The stuff we don't know about, like what is it really doing right? Like what is AI really capable of right now that we don't even know?
Right.
That is freaking me out. And I don't normally get in and like freak out about these things.
What timing?
I didn't plan that. I promise. I didn't plan that. What's up, D? Are you under arrest? The cops are there.
Yeah, because I bought a flat game.
What did you? I did too. I did
Survive
too.
Jedi Survivor.
Me too.
So did
Yeah, but
Why
you
didn't
bought the
you wait?
PC. Not because, dude.
Well, you could have played it on the PC.
I don't want to wait for the jank to get fixed.
I don't know. I played a little bit last night. I didn't see any jank.
I don't care.
So
I
Ryan
want to
Brennan
play in
asked
VR.
Max another question here. He asked
Yeah.
Max, "What do you think of the Pimax?" What do you
boy.
think Max thinks about the Pimax?
I don't even know if I want to know.
He says, "Oh, the Pimax? What a joke! It's just another overhyped piece of VR equipment that promises the world but delivers a measly contentment. I mean, sure, it's has a wider field of view and high resolution, but what good is the tracking garbage? And the software is buggy. Give me a break." Like, I don't know. It's amazing how accurate he is.
Yeah,
Where does he get this information from?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
It's
technically it's
crazy.
Skynet. I am not kidding. Like, this is how it begins. I mean, I literally they have probably AI right now that's alive, that's real. I mean,
yeah,
I'm telling you right now, we don't know about this whole bunch of shit in AI that we don't know about.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I've been using Mind Drive or Mind Journey quite a bit. I bought a
Mind Drive,
subscription to that so that
our
I could,
community
Right?
Mind Drive, yeah.
Oh, you
right,
mean you mean Mid Journey?
Mid Journey, yeah. And that is crazy too, man. Oh my god, what you can do with that.
Mind Jive, not Mid Journey. Says in the chat, Shuttle Maze and Rogue Ascent, 25% links posted in referral channel on Discord. Hell yeah, man. Way to go. Go get them right now. Listen to me. Everybody in chat, you get 25% off Rogue Ascent and Shuttle Maze. Shuttle Maze is normally 11. Am I sure? Am I right on that? I think it's like $11.
I think $11.99.
$11.99
like
with
that, yeah.
25% off. Go get it. You can't. It's like perfect. Yeah, D. I don't know. AI. You nervous?
Whatever,
Is Chat GPT going to take over the world?
You know what? If it does, more power to it. Take me out of my misery, dude. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, D.
No, if it's, you know what? What can I do about it? You know,
Embrace
I'm gonna
it.
enjoy what I
learn from it.
can.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know. You
While
could be
I can.
a slave to the robots next year.
How do you know I'm not?
Right?
Already?
Maybe you're AI. I've never seen you in person.
You'll find out next month.
I know.
That's
Dee said
right.
she's going to take me out to the bar and we're going to do shots.
Nice.
I'm gonna drink him under the table.
Oh man, it's Wes that always gets me drunk at these events. So
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be there this time.
I'm-
That would be cool if we could get Wes.
D, it's
Dude, come
Eric
on.
that gets all of us drunk at these events.
I know. That's why I
Not
said
true.
I'm not playing those games, dude.
It's not true.
I'm not getting drunk. There's
Jenna took advantage and got me drunk when we were in Austin. We went out to this hillbilly bar and she was like, "Let's go." She started doing like, I don't know what she was drinking.
She was probably
Craziness.
drinking water, watching you get drunk.
No, she wasn't. No, she was not. She's like, "I don't have my kids. I am away. Let's party." And she was like,
we're out.
crazy. The problem is I had literally had like one of the craziest nights right before she got there. So I was like a little rough.
A little hungover, a little rough around the edges.
She didn't drink shot. I think there was shots done that night, but I don't know if Jenna did them. Margaritas, that's what it is. She was all over the margaritas. That's what it was. So let's talk about a few things, guys. D, welcome in, by the way. How was your week?
Hey,
How's everything going?
it's going fine. You know,
Yeah. So you bought Jedi Survivor. Did you play it at all yet?
No, I'm actually gonna probably stream that from the very beginning, maybe Saturday first, you know.
Nice. Did you play Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes, I didn't finish it, but I
Right.
got a good way through it. So
I really think I've heard it's about 15 hours long. If I powered through it the next couple of days, I could maybe get through and finish. I have Fallen Order on my PlayStation because I think it was free, and I think I have it on Epic Store for free, and I think I have it on Steam also. So I really could get in there and play Fallen Order and just power through it and get it done, and then play.
but can you power through it and just put all your focus in that and not on Ghosts of
Yeah.
War?
I know everything else.
Right.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. I don't see it
and then-
happening, MASH.
And then run a VR company in the middle there somewhere.
Right. You know.
Well, you know what? I just got to talk Todd and Wes and Jasmine and Skiva into letting me not actually have to do anything for like a week.
Nope.
If they can just take over everything that I normally do, then I don't have to do anything, and then I can just play VR, and I'll even play some flat games. Like Fallen Order, I would not go in and play that in VR because I just want to power through and get it done.
But you know what? If they can do it without you, then why do they need you?
Why do they need me? I know. Really. That's it. They're all fired.
Job
job security.
Sorry,
Wes. Wait a second.
It was fun.
Job security. And then
I don't think I want D on the show right now. Thank you very much. You just got us all fired.
Todd D was throwing me under the bus, dude. I went into Tribe's Grey Wolf stream the other night, and I'm like, Tribe, it wouldn't take much for you to talk me out of doing Virtual Strangers tonight, and I'll go and come in right now and play with you.
I'm like, ooh.
He's like, I'm screenshotting this and sending it to Wes. Right
I'm telling Wes. Yeah.
And I think Jordan Grey Wolf was like, D, don't do
I know.
He thought you were serious. Jordy's like, no, I got to cover for Mash.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, too funny. All right, let's talk about Propagation Paradise Hotel. Did you guys play this? Anybody play it? Anybody
I haven't yet
play it?
because Switchback has given me nightmares. So
has it really?
No, but I just don't like VR. I don't like horror games. So when I get into them, they're terrifying. Like if you watched my Switchback VR video, I was terrified. Like literally swearing my face off, scream like crow flew by me and I crapped myself. Like I can't handle it. I don't know why.
You're old. You crap yourself.
Like Mateo was making fun of me because a menu popped down. A menu popped down to show me like how to move,
exactly.
and I scared myself.
I know you don't like them. I just want to see you play.
So I'm definitely gonna do it.
Funny. Are you gonna do it? Are you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
You should record it. One of us should maybe make some content. For
I know, right?
I actually was in it today. I thought about like maybe I should just record this when I'm doing it, but I was like, I just need to get in as much as possible, so I didn't want to mess around and waste time. Because literally, I was playing it right before the show because I wanted to be able to at least say something about it today.
Yeah.
This is another one where this happens to me all the time. Like we get early access to the game. We've had access to Paradise Hotel for like 2 weeks. We've been under embargo, so we can't say anything. But I've been able to play it. I just don't have time to play it, and then it gets to like the last minute, and I'm like, well, I got to jump in, and play. So literally, guys, I've got like maybe 30, 40 minutes tops into this game. I will say it's a very cool Resident Evil type vibe. I played the Steam version, not the Quest version. Played the Steam version, and it looks okay. This is not Propagation on Steam. This is not Propagation. Does not look anywhere near as good. Now look, Propagation, the demo, the original one on Steam, was a stationary one environment pre-rendered thing that just had you couldn't move and they just had enemies run at you. Yeah. So again, that's going to be so much easier to make. And that game looked like one of the best games I've ever seen. But again, it's one environment, right? So I understand. But this game now, they would have almost been better taking the Propagation out of the title and just making this Paradise Hotel. Because now I have to compare it to Propagation. And it doesn't look anywhere near as good as Propagation. Now, I will say the gun models look very, very good. I would say the gun models are almost as good as the regular Propagation, or as good. But the animations on the characters,
they look really flat.
Just like the facial animations of some of the characters and the hair look weird. Like literally, this one guy's got hair, and it looks like he's got a broom on his head because the individual strands of his hair are like so thick. It's so weird. It looks like Resident Evil 4 with Leon Kennedy with his hair. It's just got a weird look to it. The gameplay, I'm only about 30 or 40 minutes in. I've shot the gun like one time because they let you do like a weapons training thing where they're like trying to teach you how to shoot real quick. So he lets you shoot like at some targets. And that's all I did because I don't even have a weapon yet. So basically I'm just running around this hotel and that's all I've gotten to. And it's super dark. It is scary. It's going to be fun. Guys, it's only 3 hours long. Here's what I said the other day before I had gone into it. If it's only 3 hours long, it better be freaking amazing. Like I better go in there and go, wow, this is great. Yeah. What do you guys think? If I'm not wowed and it's not like, holy crap, is it going to be good for 3 hours long?
How much is it?
Let me look.
Not cheap.
I think it's 50. No, I think it's cheap. I think it's cheap. I think it's like $15 or let me look.
Oh, it must have been the other one I was
$5 an
looking at.
hour?
What I would say is it's $25.99 Canadian, which is about $20 American.
No.
On Steam. It looks to me like they've got the
I'm sorry,
Quest
how much?
version.
How much is it?
It's $26 Canadian, which is about $25 or $21 American.
No,
that's
good.
less than that. Yeah, $19.99 American.
$19.99.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
still. That's no 15. I could have saw maybe a little
Yeah, I
bit,
thought it was
but
cheaper than that. That's why I thought it was $15.
I'll wait for that 30% off freaking code.
Yeah,
But it looks
now
like they
this
put the
is
Quest version on PC VR. Like
exactly.
They didn't make two versions. They just
exactly what I was gonna say.
dummied it down for the Quest and then just slapped it on Steam.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the Steam version already, and I'm only 30 minutes into it. Now the gameplay might be fantastic. Now I am not reviewing this game. I am not telling you that you shouldn't go buy it. I'm not telling you it's not great. I'm giving you my impressions off of 30, 40 minutes into the game, and I haven't even killed a zombie yet. I've seen them. I saw one that attacked me, but I haven't actually killed one yet.
And you're 40 minutes into it, and you haven't got what?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of and the game's only 3 hours long.
Right.
And I'm
so,
like 30 minutes into it.
No.
I'm just into the lobby and shit. I'm just running around the hotel a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't even have a weapon yet.
I'm good
on
that one.
It's so hyped, right? This thing is so hyped off the original Propagation. It's only 3 hours long. Now other reviewers GT is like singing the praises of this game, and he absolutely is loving it. And I'm not going to say anything yet because I will finish this game. It's only 3 hours long, and I'm already 30 minutes into it. So I'm going to finish this. And then hopefully by the time I go on Virtual Strangers this Sunday, I will have an answer for you as to whether this game is a buy or not. But man, right now I am nervous. It looks like a Quest game to me. It doesn't look fantastic. It's super dark, like to the point where it's too dark. Like I can't see like details on things. Like I'm seeing dead bodies in the hallway, and I want to see details. It's almost like it's overly dark to cover up things. I'm just not impressed with the way it looks. The movement is weird. It's not great. It's like you can do like a teleport and smooth locomotion.
Yeah.
Or you can just do teleport if you want. But I don't know. The gun mechanics feel really good. Like I did get a chance to shoot the pistol. And it's exactly like the original Propagation was. It's manual reload. You got to pull the magazine out. You got to put a new magazine in. You got to cock the weapon. I love that. And the animations on that look fantastic. So I'm down to get back in and try this game. And I hope it turns around. I want to like it. On Sunday when we do virtual streams, I want to tell everybody how freaking great this game is. But I want Todd to get in and scream his head off and to stream it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you could beat it all one night.
No. D's done enough screaming on Sundays with freaking Village, dude. Hell no.
Maybe I'll do it Saturday. Maybe that's what I'll do Saturday. Maybe I'll start my stream Saturday and beat this whole fucking game in the first part of my stream. That's not. And here's the problem too. Again, we're talking about length of a game. If I can beat a whole game in a half of my stream,
that's not good.
It's not good, dude.
Unless it's cheap.
But if you don't even get to kill your first zombie a third of the way through it, then
that's weird.
Yeah,
it's very story driven though, right? So
is it? I don't even know. I mean, there's a lot of me reading
stuff,
so far.
I want to kill stuff, not 40 minutes into it.
Yeah, and it's very much like a Resident Evil thing where you have to run around and you find letters, and then you have to read letters and like 3 pages of letters, and I'm like, give me cutscenes or give me have a letter, but give me somebody voicing the letter too,
so I don't have to read it. Yeah,
exactly. Or I can do both. I'll read, but if you give me some interaction with that, I'm like, okay. They do have like a cool inventory system, which is kind of on your belt. So you have like a utility belt that you get to put on you that's in the front of you. You have holsters on your right and left. I'm looking forward to seeing some more of these zombies. I've seen one type of zombie so far, which is your basic zombie. Weird in the beginning. There's a radio that tells you in the beginning. There's a radio voice that comes on from the government, and it's overly trying to have like an American like Southern accent, but it's definitely somebody that's European.
Oh no, really?
And it sounds fucking horrible, dude. I'm like, at this point, just be European then. Don't do this. Like, it is
Or
so
hire an American or
cheesy.
Canadian or someone from North America.
It's so bad.
That's
It's
not
so
good.
bad. Has anybody in chat played this yet? And tell me the voice of the guy on the radio in the beginning when you're in the kitchen. You know, it's like it's not good. And here's the thing too: is when you have a foreign company and they're like a lot of the because there's a chat not chat but like it's words, it's text on the screen as the person speaking. The text on the
Caption.
screen doesn't match what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's very much not written directly to the script, and it's off. It's weird. There's definitely a language barrier here, but if you're gonna do these things and try and make yourself sound a certain way, it comes off super hokey. It's weird. And here's that they tell you right up in the beginning. They tell you in the beginning, because the guy comes on the radio, he's like, "This is very contagious. Don't get scratched or don't get bit." 2 seconds later, you get bit by a zombie chomping on you, and then the dude hands you a spray can of like, "Here, you'll be fine. Use the spray can." And I'm like, "Well, dude, I just got bit. I'm fucking dead now. I'm gonna be a zombie. Spray can ain't gonna help me." So yeah, and it's a very much spray can, like spray heal, like whatever, so a lot of these
Like
very
Fortnite.
yeah, exactly. That's
like
what it looks.
Fortnite.
It's a green spray can.
Oh, it is. It's green too.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw
Yep.
Beardo streaming it live earlier. So,
A lot of the
Look,
European YouTubers have been like swearing by it.
no,
Like
I
Mike was
think I'm the only.
legitimately terrified.
I think I'm
Like,
the
he
only
was
one so
like,
far
"Oh,
has been like, eh. And guys, again, I'm only a little bit into it, so it's not not the end of the
Yeah.
world, but
yeah."
yeah, I'm like, eh, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping it turns around. Maybe I'll get in there and I'm like, wow, this is great, crazy, and those little tiny things that I'm like picking on right now don't mean shit at that point. You know what I mean? If it's great.
hopefully the last 2/3 better than the first third.
Right.
Because if not, they're gonna
Oh
get
my god!
Wah,
Literally,
wah,
Jenna,
wah.
they should have got you to do it. You would have been perfect. I don't hate everything, Jenna. That's not true. I want to love everything. Like, I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. I love the original Propagation, the free demo. It's a 20-minute thing. It's free, but I freaking love it. It's probably one of the best experiences I've had in VR. It's one of the best looking experiences I've had in VR. Here's the other thing too. That original Propagation was B-haptic supported, included in the game. I don't think this is B-haptic supported.
Hmm.
I didn't see anything pop up on my screen for my haptics best, and I didn't see anything in the menus to activate it or do anything with it. So I do not, unless I'm missed something in there, and if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see anything for B-haptics. Usually, if it's included, something will my B-haptics once I start the game, my B-haptics control menu will come up in the bottom corner of my monitor, and it did not. Yeah, look, literally, I want this to be a good game. I want all games to be good games. Please be a good game. Be a good game. We'll get into it. I think I will. I'm going to stream it on Saturday. I'll stream it. I'll start my stream with this, or maybe I'll start a little bit early on Saturday, and I'll just stream the whole game. Like I said, I'm already 30 minutes, and I'll just pick up from where I am. Actually, I might have to go back so everybody can hear this voice on the radio
Oh,
because it's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah. I just want it to be good. Please be good.
Please.
That's why I keep asking. I don't know. But I have played. There's a lot of games that I've been playing right now. Guys, I played Another Fisherman's Tale. Have you guys, Todd? I know you had a chance to try it. Did you try it?
Which one?
Another Fisherman's Tale.
No, I haven't yet.
I loved it.
No, I was
Here we
going
go,
to try
Jenna.
it in whatever the last convention we were at was.
Yeah.
They had a demo there a couple places we were at, but I never got a chance to play it.
Here it is, Jenna. I'm going to tell you, I loved Another Fisherman's Tale. I absolutely loved it. And this is a puzzle game, and I'm not a huge puzzle fan. You know me, I'm more of an action game fan, but this was amazing. I had a great experience with this game. I played it for probably about 3 or 4 hours of it yesterday, getting ready for Virtual Strangers last night. It's amazing. This is a must-buy go game. This is a must-go-get game. I love this game. If you like the original, you'll absolutely love this one. But if you were like, the original wasn't for me, this is not the gameplay in this. The puzzle gameplay of this is not like the first one. It's different. They came up with a whole new idea that's even cooler, I think, than the first one. And the story is cool. It's really good on the PlayStation VR too. D, thinking about playing this? Did you play the first one?
I'd never played the first one.
Oh.
Oh.
It's really cheap. You could probably get it. We could probably get it for you for like $1. Actually, I think it's
$1.
14. It's actually $14 on Steam right now. But I've seen it. I've seen it on sale. The original Fisherman's Tale is like one of those games that's always in a bundle. It's like
Yeah.
always in the humble bundle for like, so you can get it for like $1. It's really good though. I mean, you should
Keep
definitely
an
try
eye
it.
out for it.
I
I
mean,
like me a
literally,
puzzler.
it's on the top 25 game list from Upload VR. It's in there. Over the Room VR.
Whatever. You
It's
lost
over
me at Upload.
Oh man, I don't know how, but we got into it on Monday on the Crewcast
Oh, I know.
about the
Pissed
upload
off.
list. And GT was flipping out too, man. He was flipping out.
Dude,
Rightfully so, really. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
I cannot
what are they
take
doing over
any
there?
word from them seriously ever again.
Genesis, I had the first one. I haven't finished it yet. It's not that long. You're probably if you've got any time into it all, you're probably close to beating it.
Yeah, they're both only a couple hours long. Well, actually,
this one's longer. Yeah. What is up, Arabella 72? How are you doing tonight?
Should we do that? You
Philo
see
said
that
the
screen
first
there
one was
that I'm
short.
sharing?
Yeah, go it up. Yeah. Show it. Anybody want some cool merch? That is kick-ass merch right there, man.
Right?
Actually, I really like that logo.
I know it did.
It looks
really good.
It looks really good on the I might make
Even
one
on
for
the bottle.
I may make one for me, dude.
Yeah,
Just
I
fucking
think
have one.
you might have to make one for me too.
Do you want one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
why
would totally
not?
go. But for those of you who don't know, we've been running a little Gleam giveaway for Shuttle Maze over the last couple weeks.
Cool.
We have
You're asking for the link already in chat, Todd, if you have it.
The link for what?
The Gleam giveaway?
It's over.
Oh, it's over.
We're drawing right now.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay. No, I'm sorry. He can't get in.
You can't get in.
Unless you've already got it. Unless you've already gotten
in. 2
in.
weeks it's been running. I've been sharing it everywhere. With
Well,
3,500 entries.
Here's the thing. We may do another one. I think we might do another
I
one.
think we're gonna do another one. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because this was so popular, so I think we're gonna do another one.
Success, I think. So I'm gonna draw it on a different screen. Last time I did this, it does show personal information, so I'm not gonna show the drawing screen, but I will announce it as soon as I hit this button.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we might do that. Maybe we'll do this one in conjunction with some TAS stuff. TAS has some stuff that he wants to put in a Gleam too. Might be a good idea, Todd. Maybe put a little package of some Saber stuff that TAS has with some of this stuff and make a big giveaway. What do you think, TAS? You want to do that? That'd be cool.
All right, here we go.
Little Shuttle Maze merch and Saber stuff together. So this is what you got here. Was you got a hoodie, you got a water bottle, and you got this charging stand, right?
Yep.
Not the Quest
winner
2.
Is Mark Johnson.
Oh, I know that guy.
Mark Johnson is from Westminster, England.
Nice.
And you are the proud winner, of course, right?
Of course he is.
Couldn't have been more.
Of course he is. It's going to cost me $400 to send this stand to him. Why couldn't he live in like Boise, Joyzy, or Boise, or Tacoma, or Denver,
or upstate New York?
Yeah, right. Upstate New York would be fantastic. Would be fantastic. Congratulations, Mark Johnson. That sounds like a made-up name, by the way. His real name is like Paul Wilson.
I don't know. Maybe
two generic names.
We'll email him and see if he doesn't reply. We'll pick another winner.
Yeah, hell yeah! Congratulations on that awesome giveaway, man. I really want to, like, I'm looking forward to him getting this so I can send it because I want to see it in person. The hoodie, because if it looks freaking cool, I'm gonna order one. I definitely will order one.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna get it to your house, right? Why don't you just drop ship the hoodie? That'd be silly.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have him send it to him and have him make sure he sends me a picture or show us or something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. All right, what do we got? That was a good idea to do that, Todd, live. I completely forgot about that. Let's what time is it? It's 11:30. Holy crap.
It's only 9:23 here.
Yeah, dude's like, I'm ready to go. Do you have to go back to work or are you done?
Well, as long as there's no chats in queue when I punch back in from lunch, then I'm good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. That's cool. We like that.
Me too.
Technoglitch says, did that guy get his PSVR 2? And that guy is Joseph Brokenborough, and he did get his PSVR 2. He got it last week, and he was in chat earlier too. He's been hanging out. He might still be here now. But yeah, Joseph Brokenborough. He's one of our newest patrons. Guys, the people have been joining the patron like crazy. We've had almost a new patron every week now for I think the last 3 or 4 weeks we've gotten a new patron. So it's a ball, man. It's such a blast. And we appreciate all you guys so much for helping us out and being patrons and things like that. And you know, the doing, the patronage stuff is just, it's such a big help for us just because doing this thing is so expensive and it's so cool just to have a little bit of help. Like I need to send Todd money for microphones because we need microphones. You guys remember those interviews that we did in CES or no, at the GDC that were so bad. Did you order them?
I did.
Oh man, I was supposed to send you the money.
You're still gonna do that.
But yeah, so these are new
but
interview
I bought the
mics.
charging case too, so we can have like 3 or 4 chargers per convention without having to plug them into the wall.
So yeah, so this is how much we appreciate your help. This is what we do with it. We never take any of the money and put it in our pockets. It's always to upgrade the show and try and make us better. Those interviews we did at GDC were so bad audio wise that Todd's like, we are not going through this again. So Todd, how much were those, by the way?
$425.
That's where it goes right there. Goodbye. But we appreciate you. It allows us to do those things. So every patron out there, everybody who shows up to the show, anybody who's a channel member, Discord member, we appreciate you guys. Just that little tiny bit. Anybody who has ever super chatted, just so you know, all that money goes back into what we're doing to try and make us as good as possible and keep getting better and better. So thank you.
If you don't want to do Patreon and if you don't want to do YouTube members, we've just started a new Discord subscription thing, which is the same sort of deal. There is a Patreon version of it that you can see from the link I'm putting in chat here.
VR Spry guy says you shouldn't have showed him. Now I'm not going to send the money.
I know, I saw that.
No,
but this the Patreon level, the ultimate access will give you all of the Patreon rights. So if you didn't want to do Patreon, you could do it through here as well and join all of our Patreon meetings on Mondays and all the other shenanigans that the Patreons.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like a Discord thing, so you can do it right
in
Discord.
It's new for Discord, so
yeah, I think it's super cool. It looks cool. It gives us it gives you new stuff. It boosts you up so you can get different privileges. So
yep.
Wolverine says, "Geez, do they cook you dinner too?" Microphone stuff, good microphone stuff is so expensive because
we've tried cheap ones.
As you saw, those interviews were tough to do. When you go to those places where there's thousands of people running around, any ambient noise is terrible. Like the one we did for The Walking Dead, that was in an interview room, in the press room of
and
GDC.
the mic on the camera was doing such a bad job. I ended up throwing my phone on the table. If you saw that interview, because I hoped it would get a better quality, and then I had to post the audio. So it took me hours to make it sound good.
But now we're ready to roll. This is ready to go. These are little like lapel mics that we can put on. Put on one on me, and we'll put one on the guest, and then it'll sound so much better. Or Todd, or whoever
directly into the camera. Yeah, it'll be so much better.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys. That's all we're trying to say. We thank you and we appreciate you and everything you do. Let's talk. Let's talk a couple things real quick. X8 is launching. Todd, when is that releasing? It's releasing into early access, 18th, right?
Yes.
So if anybody doesn't know X8, X8 is like what kind of game? It's like what's the flat game? That flat shooter game?
Like Valorant.
Valorant. It's very much like Valorant, but in virtual reality.
Yeah.
It's another multiplayer shooter, but it's got a cool vibe to it. Something kind of like something we really haven't seen before. Maybe a little bit like Larcenauts, but different.
Yeah, kind of.
This X8 is from the makers of Altair Breaker. This is Third Verse who made this. So Altair Breaker and Swords of Gargantua, I believe, is their other title. So they have some. We tested this out, Todd, when we were in GDC. We went to their studio out there, and it was pretty damn cool. Was it GDC or was it? Yeah, I think it was GDC.
It was GDC, and give me 2 seconds.
I hammered everybody too. By the way, I was so good. They had no chance, T.
Yeah,
it was cool though. We were playing with like some of their team from around the world. Like we were playing with a dude from like
Brazil.
Like I was playing against in the office. I was playing against Jasmine and Todd and Skiva, But they had other members too around that were playing too, like from Brazil and places like that. So it was super cool, man. I like it a lot. The gunplay is really good. It's fast. It's colorful. It was cool.
And it has that same sort of Valorant feel where each different class that you pick has a special ability, and it can be used, depends on the ability, whether it can be used more than once in a round. And yeah, it was actually well done. Very well done.
Jenna says, you know who else likes to be hammered?
My mom!
I haven't done one of those all night.
I know. Where's it been? It's quiet. Well, she was super busy on Wednesday. Seems like last night. It seems like that was the whole entire show. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? That was a fun show last night. I had fun doing that one. I had a fun show. Did you guys see Crewcast on Monday? It was super fun. I could laugh through that whole. I could literally laugh through that whole show. It's so good.
I gotta get back.
It's so much fun.
I haven't been on there in a long time.
You should. I know it's time.
No, it was always good.
Yeah.
I love how GT was like, yeah, let's cut this, and then you guys just started talking about
seriously.
Shit. It went on for another fucking half.
I've never seen a show that has no intro. Like literally, we come in and we're just talking. Like, hey, we're here, and then the outro is so long because we'll say, yeah, we're gonna close up, and then we talk for like another half hour, and literally we're at the end. We're just because I don't think, and GT was so tired. He's like had been on like 3 hours sleep, so he's like, guys, I'm literally gonna lose it, but he just wanted to keep going. He got into it and he was just having such a good time. So.
Once you get in their conversation, right, you don't want to stop.
Yeah, they're super fun. I love doing it, man. It's a fun show to do. And then Virtual Strangers, and then was really good last night, and this was a great show tonight, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, X8 is launching. I'm interested in that one. When was that coming? It's early access too. I didn't realize that. May 18th, right?
Yeah.
And then
we're
what
also getting mod support for Into the Radius, the PCVR version.
That's pretty cool, man. Into the Radius is that freaking
and this comes on the heels of announcing Into the Radius 2.
What? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
What?
When was that?
It says it in the article.
Man.
When do its upload? So
did you know that, D?
Yeah.
When was it? Did somebody?
I knew it.
When did you hear it?
A couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not hear this.
Slacker.
Wow. This
See, you're too busy.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit. D. I'm just gonna quit and come live with you.
Second chapter of Into the Radius is in pre-production.
That is very.
And they
cool.
may even be opening up this mod support to Quest version eventually. Not right away. Steam version's coming first, but Quest version.
Wow.
Eventually.
So we'll see mod support, like as in like we'll see like Half-Life Alyx type stuff.
Yeah.
Mods.
Yeah.
So we'll see like player created maps and updates and things
Into the
like
Radius John Wick version. Come on.
Oh, I would do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot here because the gun models are really good here. I mean, there's so much you could do here. If you get some talented people, which there are tons of, this could be really cool, man. This is another game I just don't have time to give enough play into. Like I've played Into Radius on across every platform that it's been on and multiple times, but I've never gotten far enough into the story to figure out what the hell's going on.
I played hours of it on the Pro.
Yeah.
I was pretty hooked on it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, we are in pre-production phase and we'll follow an early access development model like before when the time is right. That's awesome for Into the Radius 2. The original Into the Radius is a testament to how much our community has helped us in developing the game, and we want to continue this trend in a sequel. As a matter of fact, many of your suggestions and ideas have been taken into account in this new installment. Wow, you know who's freaking out right now with this? Scion.
My mom!
Oh, sorry.
And her. Scion and my mom. My mom's all over this. She's so excited about Into the Radius too. Oh, dude.
And Formula One's coming out with their 2023 version of their race car game, and just like last year, they have VR support this year.
That's pretty damn awesome, man. Another racing game. No
word if it's coming to PlayStation.
No.
No.
Now it was this was on PlayStation. This was on PC VR. It's been on PlayStation, but there was no VR support on PlayStation, right?
I don't even know if the F1 series is on PlayStation.
I don't know.
No, it would be nice. Oh, wait a second here. Oh, no. It's currently unknown if F123 will support PSVR 2. No.
It would make sense that it should, right?
But no.
Yeah, I was all excited for half a second.
Yeah, I was. I was like, oh my God. But nope. I'm stuck GT7 in. That's all right. I love that game.
I need to get back into that. I haven't played that in
GT7. I know. I can't wait to get back in this weekend. D. I'm going to race this weekend. I'm down, but I better get some practice before I start racing.
I'm probably gonna pick up Zombieland so I can frickin' crush your frickin' leaderboard scores. I can't have you. Good. No, I can't.
I know.
I love me a leaderboard chase.
I know. It's so good. And I was just thinking now because like tonight I was gonna go in and do some Tabor, and I just think it's gonna be a little bit too late to do some raids, and I still might. I don't know. Might go in a couple, but I could definitely get into some Zombieland real quick, and you could do 4 or 5 levels, and
right. That's the beauty of those kind of games. You can go in for a couple of rounds, but then if you're like me, again, you like chasing leaderboards, you're like, oh, I got closer. Shit, just one more. Okay, just one more. Okay, just one more. Next thing you know, it's freaking 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
That's what happened to me with Light Brigade last week.
Oh, did you get into it last week too?
Yeah, no, I'm like, all right, off work. I'm like, do a quick run through. No, I took the headset off. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck.
Ryan B says, is Zombieland that good on PlayStation VR 2? It is that good, and I played it on every platform. And I went in and I had heard that this version is a huge increase, better over the other versions, and it absolutely is. This is so good. Like I uninstalled it on Steam yesterday because I'll probably never play this game in any other way. I kept it on my Quest headset, but I uninstalled the Steam version because I was looking for some room on my hard drive, and I'm like, I don't need this anymore because I don't think I would go back in and play it there if I can play it on the PlayStation VR 2. So if you have it on both, I know it's not easy to buy multiple copies of things, but if you have it on both and you have the money to do it, I would very much suggest that you go buy it. I don't know, it's just something about it. The colors are so good. The haptics are great. It feels really good. And Virtual Stranger's dropping keys in the chat. Quest key for something.
Zombieland.
Cool.
Was that a key for Zombieland?
On Quest.
On Quest?
Yeah.
Still good. Go get it.
Absolutely.
That's why I said I kept it on my Quest because it's just easy to jump into, right? You can just throw your headset on, you're good to go.
I got it on Steam.
Joseph Brokenborough has stopped back in to say hi, and VR Spry Guy says, hey, we were just talking about you a while ago. Yeah, man, we were talking about your PSVR 2, man. We'd love to let us know how you're doing with the PlayStation VR 2. What are you enjoying, Joseph, right now? What's your go-to games? Like, I know you got the version of the headset that we sent you came with Horizon Call of the Mountain. I'm sure you've played that. So what else have you gotten into in the quick? Well, you only had it for like a week or so, but yeah, let us know what you're into and what you've been liking so far. Let's see what else. Brandon VR says Afterlife VR. You play it yet in the PSVR 2? I have not. I mean, the game was okay on Steam. It was just okay, and I heard that it's not any better on PlayStation VR 2. So I have access to it. If I want to go play it, I will. But again, there's so much to play, and I'm not going to jump at it to go play it unless people tell me that it's like markedly better over the Steam version. It was just okay. Damn, West dropping keys. That's awesome. Zombieland's awesome. I love that game. Gee, you've played it before though, right?
Yeah, no, I've played it on Steam, but
you need to get in there and try and beat my scores. I crushed West's scores.
Try.
No, I crushed.
I will.
I crushed him.
I will.
Sound like fighting words.
Like West is probably like, I think he's probably crying now. I crushed those scores so bad. Like he's probably like, holy crap, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat Mash. He's like, I might just quit. That's how bad. That's how bad I crushed his scores. Radio Run. How fucking dare you, bro? How dare you?
What did he do?
He's playing No Man's Sky right now and not hearing.
Oh, come on.
That's the problem. If you're friends with me on Steam, I know what you're playing, and I know when you're not here. Radio Run is banned. Everybody go talk to him. Tell him he's banned from Q2C forever.
He's playing VR though, so
he is playing VR at least. Oh, Wes says timestamp this. D. He wants the challenge has been thrown down, so he wants the timestamp.
Oh, it will.
I'm here in chat.
Okay, you're not banned. You're playing flat. You're banned again. What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go play Jedi Fallen Order flat. I think.
Yeah. Right. All right. We got a couple things we got to give away. A bunch actually. So let's.
Do we really?
Yes, we do. We're gonna give away a key to Propagation Paradise Hotel.
Oh, wait.
soon as the
Hold on, we got to add some people.
Adds a couple bodies.
Guido popped in. What's up, Guido?
I know Radio Ryan has been playing so much No Man's Sky. I mean, literally,
He's hooked again.
I see him when he goes on again because we're friends on Steam, so I get my little notification, and every time I see his name, it says No Man's Sky next to it. Yeah.
Or Terraforming Mars. One of the two.
Yeah, he plays that a lot. Yep. Propagation Paradise Hotel.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. This is good, man. The game might not be good, but this is good that you get a free copy.
You get a try.
I don't know. I gotta stop saying that. I don't know if I don't know.
You don't know.
The game is good or not. I'll let you know this weekend. Well, you'll find for yourself. I'm gonna stream it Saturday. Come with me and hang out
VR.
With me. Hey, Kenzai Gaming VR. Nice. Congratulations, Kenzai Gaming VR on Propagation Paradise Hotel.
You are on the wheel, whiny witch.
Yeah, you are. We love you, whiny witch. You're on there. Show Furistic says, dude, Propagation is amazing. It's very good. I think it's been okay so far. It's just been okay. Like, I want it to be fantastic. But again, I'm only 30 minutes in, but I haven't shot a zombie yet. I'm 30 minutes.
Just freaking ridiculous for a game that costs $20 and is only 3 hours long.
Yeah. Maybe I'm around the corner of shit going crazy, and I'll be like mowing zombies down
for the first 30 freaking minutes, dude.
Literally, I'm just reading letters so far and walking through hallways. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no.
Wolf Rose says Mash hasn't gotten to shoot a bunch of stuff yet. Give me a second. Before we sign out of here, Z Storm sent me something today, Todd. I gotta put it up on here real quick.
Okay, I got 2 more things we got to give away, so I'm going to give away one more.
Do that while I find this. Yeah,
we're going to give away right now key to Arcade Legends. This was on comments from last episode's comment section. If you commented on that, this will randomly select a winner. And the winner is Chris9989.
Hey, there it is. Still looking. Congrats, Chris.
This week, if you comment on the video, it is a key to Eternal Starlight.
Nice. That's awesome. So let me share this real quick. How come it's so small on my screen? I wish it was bigger. You know who else wishes it was bigger?
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey wishes it was bigger.
Yeah,
so Z Storm sent me this tweet. Did you see this, Todd?
No. I just saw it.
What the games?
Yeah.
This secret has been driving us mad. We made an absurd racing game, and surprise, it's out now on Apple Arcade. You play as a car with legs. What the car? What the car? What the car? What the car?
At least it's not VR.
Yet.
Yeah, right. What the car?
Did you guys hear this?
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Unfortunately.
What the car? What the?
Just keep watching it. Over and over and over.
No.
Holy shit,
stop
dude.
it, because I'm never gonna get that out of my.
Damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I saw this today. I'm like, oh my god. Dude.
Ryan B, upload game of the year 2023.
What the car? I swear somebody is freaking out there trolling me, man. The company who made this has decided to troll me, and they're gonna make what the everything.
Yeah. What the fuck should be their next game?
What the car? So Todd says at least it's not in VR, and I'm like, yet you know it's coming, right? Coming. They're gonna put this dog shit in VR, of course.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, man. What the car? I saw this today. I literally pissed my pants. Oh, I didn't literally. I figuratively pissed my pants. I almost
Right?
pissed my pants. I was laughing so hard, and I'm like, and Z is just like putting like happy, like laughing faces up on the screen for me, and he was freaking out, man. I'm like, I cannot believe this. I need to play this game. I need to play this game. You know what I said to everybody? I said if I can get 100 people watching live on Saturday, I will stream What the Bat.
No.
Yeah.
You did
Wow.
not say 100.
Shush.
You started off with frickin' 30,
And I
and
went
then
to
you
50.
said it up to 50,
Yeah.
you'd play Beat Saber 2.
What the mash?
So
I know. If I get all right,
I'll
so if I
record.
get 50, if I get 50 live on chat on Saturday, whatever I'm doing, I'll finish, and when I'm done finishing that, I will get in and I will play What the Bat.
No, that's no. I see too many outs, too many ways out of this happening. This
What
needs
the
to
hell
happen.
it
Not
is?
this. No. Come on, guys. All right, no, seriously.
What are you
Not
trying to
this
say?
Saturday. Next Saturday.
What, next Saturday? You want me to do it next Saturday?
Yeah, because then that way you have it planned. Like, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So I'll just say
13th.
next Saturday I'll absolutely 100% do it.
Yeah.
If I get 50
there's
people in chat.
It's
right.
recorded now.
You start. You
Can't
said
say
that
no.
you'd play it.
All
So
right. All right, I'll do it. So not this weekend,
next
but next
Saturday.
weekend. Next Saturday. So I need to get
Got
50
it.
people in chat when? During the stream?
Well,
Right?
She's
people got to
trying to
know
make you do
about
it without
this.
without
Right.
it. I see.
No, people got to know about this in order to show up. You can't, we
So
need
50
maximum time allowance.
All right,
to
I'm
make
down.
this
I'm down.
happen, people.
I'm down. I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet. Throw down the challenge. 50 people, I'll stream What the Bat. If we get to 100, I will, after I'm done streaming What the Bat,
No,
I will
that
stream
is
Beat
not
Saber.
what you originally said, dude.
What did I say?
No, you said 30 and then 50.
What? It was 50.
Why are you trying to double this, dude? No.
Because I can get 30 easy. That's too easy.
Yeah, he just wants a way out, guys. He
No.
play this shit.
All right. How about 40? Let's make it 40.
40 people stream what? Beat Saber or What the Bat?
No, 40 people,
Both.
What the Bat. If we get 75, I'll do Beat Saber. Multiple songs.
No.
Could happen. I could share the shit out of
and
it.
then 6.
100. Brandon says 100 to scream What the Car.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I got one more game I want to give away before we get out of here.
I'll be right back.
Last week we had a winner, Orland Hooper,
Orland Hooper's Jack, yo.
who won a key to Demeo on Quest, and he already has it. So he is donated back to redraw tonight. So we're gonna do it right now.
Thank you, Orland, for winning and then donating it back. You're awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that would be so much fun if I end up streaming this thing. I mean, we would have I would just laugh my ass off during the whole thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, or I would freak out and I would rant through the whole thing. Probably a little bit of both.
Me too.
Did you see me playing Beat Saber, dude? Oh, man.
Or was it that We Are Girl? I think it is.
Nice. What was this game again?
Demeo on Quest.
Nice. Holy crap. That's a great game
Yeah.
to give away. And Orland was kind enough to win that great game, and he could have given it to anybody else. He said, donate it back. So, you know what I say about Orland Hooper, Todd?
Apin Man.
Orland Hooper's Jack, yo. Yeah, he is. He is Jack. Congratulations, Orland. We really need to figure out some more drops.
No more giveaways.
We need to figure out some more drops. We can't do a drop for everybody. That would be impossible. But
no,
I don't know. We need to drop for a few people.
I agree. And we didn't even see a tribe sighting tonight.
No, I'm okay. Let's play it and we'll see if he shows up.
Yeah, that's what happened last time.
That's not it.
And then poof, he
Yep, there he is. Hey, what's up? Oh, that's a cool tune. Well, D, this has been a very cool show. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for sitting through the interviews. We know the pre-recorded ones are not the best things to sit through, but it was still fun. It was really informative. And you know what? Great games. Go and check them out. All the games we talked about tonight, I think, definitely deserve to be bought. And maybe even Propagation. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I can't remember who won it, but whoever that was, they should go play it and tell us.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Written down somewhere.
Brandon VR says he's breaching from 5 floors up. He does too. I've never seen anything like it. We're like, Ryan, where are you, dude? He's like, yeah, I'm 5 floors above. I'm like, why are you breaching from so far up? He has to breach through every floor to get down to us. He's like, I really want to come in by surprise. Like, Ryan, you're not even in the same building, bro. You're in a whole different building.
He's the only one playing single player in a multiplayer.
He's the only one I know that needs to buy 4 breaching foam, 4 breaching foam, so he can get through to the area.
We can get through all the damn walls.
Oh, Bluebell says Tribe is streaming on Twitch. Is he streaming Ghost of Tabor? Because we could go in and stream snipe him right now, D. Me and you.
Yeah, we could.
Let's go.
I haven't. I've only been in there one time, and it was all jankety jank. So
I'm down. I just need for a little bit to get ready. I'll get my headset on. We are in. We are shooting fools in the face that quick.
Shooting fools in the face. You know who else likes to shoot fools in the face?
Yeah, you know who else likes to get shot in the face?
There we go.
My mom.
That makes a little more sense. We're starting to lose it. This is a good spot to get the heck out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. If you would, before you guys all get the heck out of here, go hit the thumbs up button, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out a lot. It supports us in more ways than you know. It supports the evil YouTube algorithm. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We are so close to 5,000. If you are subscribed to the channel, go tell somebody who's into VR to come and join us and have them subscribe. If we get to 5,000, I'll stream Beat Saber every night for a week. Whole week.
You heard it here, people. It's recorded. You can't take it back.
Every night. And I'll do Skrillex every night.
You can't even spell Skrillex.
I can't. I have a shirt that says Skrillex. But if you would, tell us, share us out. We would appreciate it. And again, we showed you guys the Patreons tonight. Come and join us. Come hang out with us. Be a patron. We've got so many people in there that are cool. We love hanging out. Every Monday night, we get together. We chat in a special Patreon room where we can all get in. We can kind of show prep and go through some things. I already heard we have some things that people want to tell us about how we can improve the show already, Todd. Got messages already before the show's even over.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. For D, Todd, we are out. See you on Saturday. Bye-bye.